wasn't gonna go live. I wasn't. I was gonna get on the next episode of the relay because it's a lot of stories I want to talk about. Different stories aside from the usual stuff, like what Jay Opataya is going through with Dean Lonergan. I wanted to do a video about that. I wanted to do a video about a couple of things that are going on that are not the usual stories that get covered because I do get bored of the same subjects. I get bored. But I couldn't help but overhear the press conference today for Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis. And I'm like, yo, man, I already didn't like Gervonta or Leonard. I didn't think it was possible for them to be even more suckers, bunch of scary ass suckers than I already thought they was. But then I heard the press conference, man. I heard the press conference. I'm gonna play it for y'all, for those of y'all that might have missed it.
I got spies. Yeah, we've been knowing what's going on through camp too.
Hey, you know what's funny about this guy? He's talking about I got spies, I got this, but every time he talks, he ain't shit of a fighter, but he's doing everything you can to figure it out. And it makes no sense, man. This dude could send all the Judases in my gym, all that come. It's not gonna stop. What's gonna happen? It's so sad. All his silly attempt. I need a rehydration club. I need him 1 to 36. I need this.
You don't want to win the fight.
Everything for a non-complete fighter.
Why is that?
Fighter. Why do you need everything for a non-complete
fighter? Are you or are you not a 135 fighter?
Putting your foot in your mouth.
Are you or are you not a 135 fighter?
Delusional, bro. Stop lying to the people.
Are you or are you not a 135 fighter?
You're trying everything to stop it. I'm sorry, man. You can send them all. You want to watch me train tonight? You can. You could come. Your whole team. It's not what's gonna happen. Leonard, you want to come, Leonard?
You're trash.
You can pay all the people to spy in the camp. It ain't.
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing.
You know what
I know exactly what you're doing. Trust and believe.
Isn't it?
And the mole is in your camp.
Work, man. Trust me, Leonard. You gonna love.
Yo, it's wild to me. These dudes are shameless, man. Like for real. Like I didn't think I could lose more respect for them because I already don't respect them. Like I said, they negotiate like cowards. They move like cowards. They are cowards. And here you got Leonard. You basically admitting that y'all really spying on this kid. This kid never fought for a WBC title, a WBA title, WBO. He not a champion, you feel me? He not a champion at lightweight, a champion at super lightweight. And I've been saying, shout out to Willie Lynch. I appreciate the super chat, bro. Good looking out. And I've been saying that, like, yo, the way they move scary. Like, I don't care who on Twitter. I don't care about none of them fake ass fans. They do a lot of coward ass shit. And you telling me that for this guy who never fought for a lightweight title, a full title, never fought for a super lightweight title, y'all really sending spies to his camp? Y'all really paying people to get the? That's what I thought. I'm like, yo, Gervonta Davis is a testament to the American hype job. He is a testament to that, to the T, that you ain't nothing but smoke and mirrors and opportunistic matchmaking. That dude is fake as fuck. And I'm not a big fan of Ryan. That's why I got to preface it with that. It's not like I like Ryan or I've been... Go Ryan. Nah, it's just that he moving like a real man and Gervonta moving like a real fraud. Irrespective of whatever. Yeah, that's how a real man move. He believe in himself. He gonna make sacrifices because he believe in himself. And you going, it's like, yo, if you wasn't telling on yourself, we wouldn't even know. We wouldn't even know about none of that. Like, yo, that dude is and I'm like, yo, I don't know how people really sit there and root for that type of coward shit. Like, yo, that dude is a coward. The only thing I could think of is, well, you know, birds of a feather flock together. So a coward is going to celebrate some coward shit. That's the most I could think. That I'm like, yo, of course you support that because you a piece of shit too. You a coward too, near as I could tell. There is nothing about Gervonta Davis to like. You hit women, You literally hit women. You slamming cars into people and fleeing the scene. You know what I mean? You only got tough guy energy for broads. And you got to do all this for Ryan Garcia. You got to do all this for a dude that ain't even fought for a title. You got to do all that? Like, yo, oh my God. Like, I don't even like Ryan and I want him to knock this fat little butterball out. Like, yo, get this fucking hype job out of boxing. Get him out of boxing, please. De lo mío, saludo. The cat is out the bag. Oscar said they have a midday weigh-in. What the fuck is that? They want Ryan at his absolute weakest and is a contender. Not a Ryan fan, but I hope, yo, I'm the same way, bro. I'm at where you at. Shout out to my man T-Roy. Appreciate you for the beer money, bro. Like, I don't really like Ryan, feel me? Because I feel he ducked Devin. But I gotta respect his gangster because he moving like for real. Like, he had to make a lot of sacrifices to get your nervous ass in the ring. And this motherfucker was really sitting there biting his nails at the press conference. Like, yo, for real, you are nervous, though. You are. You have every advantage, every assurance. And you needed spies to watch him in camp. You already have every advantage. You already got him coming down. You didn't need Barrios to come down, but you want him to come down because, you know, he is a more talented fighter than Barrios. He comes from a better amateur background than Barrios. You already got him coming down. You already rehydration claused him. You have a rematch clause that only favors you. It's happening on your network, on your side of the street. Your people is promoting the show, and that's not enough. You got to spy on him. Because that's not enough. I'm like, yo, who raises these cowards, bro? Like, yo, y'all for real some cowards. Like it ain't even liking Ryan. It's that like, yo, dog, he moving like a for real person, and y'all move like a bunch of cowards. So if you knock him out, after all of that thing came out, catch weight, rehydration clause, rematch clause, spies in the camp. If you knock him out, who you think gonna give you credit for that? It ain't like you knocking out a champion at 140. Let's make this crystal clear. You ain't knocking out a champion at 135. You ain't knocking out a champion at 140. You had to do all that for Ryan, bro? Qué cobarde, man. Más pendejo esa basura, man. El grupito enterito, más pendejo, más cobarde, gente mediocre. Eso es lo que yo digo. That's what I say all the time. Que esas son gente mediocre. Because only a bunch of mediocre ass motherfuckers will have, like, yo, do you believe in this guy or not? He already has every advantage. That's not enough. Gente mediocre. Team Tank and Team Ryan deserve each other. Oscar been letting idiots and snakes get over on him, and Ellaby is a joke. They deserve each other. I know they do, right? Like, I ain't even disagreeing with you, Drew, but I gotta respect Ryan's gangster, cause like, yo, he made sacrifices for this. He sacrificed for this. You feel me? And I gotta respect that because that's how you do things. That's how you get it done. You gotta make sacrifices. Whereas this little MIA looking motherfucker, I'm like, yo, he really sat there and said, yeah, like, you little retarded motherfucker. You realize that you telling on yourself, right? Or you like, and you supposed to be a street guy, tattling on yourself. Man, I could tell you don't commit no crimes. And if you did, you'll get the whole block locked up. You get, because you telling on yourself. And Leonard is telling on you. I'm telling you, I got Ryan. They acting weird. Ellos son unos pendejos, Luisito. Todito, ellos son unos pendejos, unos cobardes. Gente mediocre. Tank was dressed like a rebellious teen girl. Tank is moving like his BS fans who wish they could pay for pay-per-view. I'm not going to say that shit. I'm not going to say that shit, bro. Ellos son unos pendejos, man. Más pendejos. Palomo, embustero, man. Like, they a bunch of fucking phonies, man. To me, esa gente son una basura, man. Pura basura. You gotta do all that for this guy, man. All that for this guy. I'm gonna play y'all Oscar. I'm gonna play y'all what Oscar said. Cause Oscar put him on blast too. Oscar put him on blast.
Spent most of his early life in the ring. I know firsthand what it takes to compete at the highest level. And this is the highest level. I look at Ryan and I know he's ready. I look at Ryan's team and they know he's ready. I look at Tank and he looks ready. But when I look at Tank's team's actions throughout the whole promotion,
Pendejo.
I'm left to wonder, do they really think this guy is ready? Catch weights and rehydration clauses, late afternoon weigh-ins, all of these small petty requirement points to a team that looks to protect their fighter. And why would they protect their fighter unless they don't think maybe he's not ready for this moment? I really believe that Tank's team is worried he's going to lose. And when you're a fighter, nothing feels worse than your team not believing in you. And then you look at Ryan, who was so hungry, so willing, so ready for this stage, that he simply said yes to every request, no matter what it was. That is a confident fighter. That is a fighter whose team has his back. That is a fighter who is ready. And it's why you're going to see Ryan come out as the new face of boxing on Saturday night. Thank you.
You know what killed me about Gervonta? He's supposed to be one of these I got it from the mud type of archetypes. He's supposed to be one of these I got it from the mud kind of characters. And I'm like, bro, you are a sports ass guy. You've been in this sport since you were a child. It ain't like you was flipping bricks. It ain't like you did a bid or nothing. Like, nah, you a sports ass guy. And for the simple fact that he presents himself that way, oh, I got it from because he's supposed to be like I got it from the mud type of guy. Need I remind you that from age 21, he was signed to Floyd Mayweather. So you wasn't broke that long, to be real with you. You wasn't, you know. You wasn't broke that long. You've been in the sport for a long time. And when you was 21, 22, you was with Floyd. So what did you get from the mud? What did you get? It's like I look at him and I'm like, yo, this dude is a parody. Like, you a parody. The truth is, in the sport of boxing, stories like his are a dime a dozen because boxing is a poor man's sport. Everybody in the sport of boxing, mostly, they all come from poverty. It ain't just you moaning about living in fucking Baltimore. Compare Baltimore to the ghettos in Mexico, an Eastern Bloc. Compare Baltimore to Kazakhstan, former Soviet Union. You think you seen some shit? And I look at him and I'm like, yo, this dude is such a fraud, bro. Like, you a fraud in every way that you could be a fraud. You not no pound for pound nothing, fam. You not none of that. And that's why it's a lot of people just like me that you could go in there on Saturday and knock Ryan's head clean off his shoulders. And I'm going to still respect Ryan more than you because he didn't have to do all that bitch ass shit. All that shit is just some bitch ass shit. Got to catch weight him, rehydration clause him, midday weigh him, spies in the camp watching him to see what he working on. Man, y'all, who the fuck you think gonna respect that shit? Who? You do it. It ain't like you doing all that for Josh Taylor, Subriel Matias, Regis Prograis, somebody that did something at 140. It ain't like you doing all that for Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson. You doing all that for Ryan? For Ryan. Man, I can't help but respect that kid, B, because I'm like, yo, y'all really ass cheeks, B. Quiet as kept. And if you support them, You ass cheeks too. You not different. Birds of a feather flock together. If you applaud they trash shit, you know why? It's because you trash too. It's not complicated. Now, Jerome says, don't even know Ryan, but I pray he knock out Tank. Team Tank says Ryan ain't shit, so why you gotta spy on him? Insecure energy. Like, that's why I never fuck with Javante. Always fuck with the kids that prove they with the shit. Ever since Devin got on that plane and went to Australia, he made a fan out of me because that's all I wanted him to do. And he did that. Shakur, I know damn good and well Shakur is the real thing. And Davis will never fight him. You will never fight a fighter that's that talented. The only reason that you fighting Ryan is because you're favored to beat him. You already favored to beat him. As soon as this fight became a conversation, when the books opened up, Javante opened as the favorite. That's the only type of shit that you gonna be in. And all of this suck ass, oh yeah, I'm gonna be the face of boxing. How, fam? You not gonna do with any old body what you about to do with Ryan. I was talking to a dude earlier. He trying to split hairs and tell it a certain way. Javante Davis has been on pay-per-view 5 times. And not a single one of them 5 times did he crack 300,000 bars. So, if this pay-per-view does 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, a million, right? It ain't because of Javante, because you've been on pay-per-view 5 times, boy. You've been on there 5 times, man. You don't sell like that. Bruh, what are the chances that Ellie Sekback is the spy? Possibly. I wouldn't rule it out. I disagree just because he signed with Floyd at 21. Bro, listen. Floyd literally put money in his pocket, literally gave him thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. Miss me with that, bro. Miss me with that. He literally bought him a crib and all of that. He didn't just give him money. He bought him a place and all of that. I think that's what's consistent with this generation. They want to pretend that they got it from the mud. Bro, you ain't been in the mud. You haven't. If you've been having those dollar amounts from age 21 and you 28 now, what fucking mud you was in, bro? If you was in the mud, it wasn't that long. Just saying. What mud? Fuck are you talking about? You a pretend street person. Like a pretend street person. You get into fights outside the ring with girls. It don't be Javante Davis hemmed up somebody in a club. He hemmed up a guy. You know, Canelo got in trouble outside the ring. He did because he knocked the motherfucker out in the club. That was a couple of years ago. It was a guy. When you hear about Javante, it's always him hitting a girl or some shit like that. It's just always him in some shit with a girl. That dude is I hate that little motherfucker, man. I ain't gonna front. I don't have a rooting. I didn't have a rooting interest. I didn't. Like, to me, it was inconsequential who wins and who loses because I'm not a fan of either. My guys is Shakur, Devin, and Loma. Those is the lightweights that I like. But I'm like, yo, that Spies shit, it's like, yo, that's crazy. You can have every conceivable advantage and y'all still over there nervous as shit. Y'all still nervous. Because if you not nervous, what the fuck you need with Spies, bro? You said that he's not a complete fighter, that all he has is a left hook. So then what the fuck you need Spies for then? Motherfuckers is ass, man. Motherfuckers is ass for real. And they ain't got no shame. They don't got no shame. Fucking, that's some, I don't like using the P word, but it's like, yo, yeah, that's some real pussy ass shit though. Y'all got to get guys over there to watch him. Y'all want to know what's in his playbook. You don't believe in your skills enough to just do it off of general principles and general ability. You gotta have people looking at him and shit. Man, them dudes is fake as shit, man.
What's up? What's up, man?
What's good?
Hey,
Eid Mubarak, my brothers. Eid Mubarak.
hey, do you think that Tank maybe gave Ryan all those terms thinking he wouldn't take them, and then he did, and he's kind of like, oh man, I'm on the spot now?
I mean, I think that the way that they negotiate things from a position of weakness. See, like I'll give you an example. Billy Joe Saunders tried to put Canelo on the spot right before the fight. This was the week of the fight. I'm sure most of you remember. And the week of the fight, he threatened to walk because he wanted the ring to be a certain size. And while everybody losing their mind, I remember the whole thing. Don't interrupt me. Remember the whole thing. Everybody losing their mind. They worried that the fight is in danger. Eddie goes to Canelo. He said, yo, look, I'm sorry. He want the ring to be this big. Canelo like, okay. Okay. Ain't gonna help, but okay. And that's why I fuck with him. That's why I fuck like, yo, dog, you can lose. It's okay. It's okay. We gonna fuck with you. Why? Because you a real one. All them other guys around, all them other guys that's there, they fake. I don't need to hear excuses how you been at this weight for this amount of time and you ain't unified yet. I don't care. What I know is that little man that is shorter than all of y'all. He is mad littler than all of y'all. That motherfucker got there in 11 months and took that shit over. Respect. Y'all motherfuckers is a bunch of... I hate that company. Ooh. I hate that company. Like, man, y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of pussies over there, B.
Yeah, and they just pull bullshit all the damn time. If it ain't one way, it's another, but they're always pulling something.
It's always some sucker shit, yo. Shout out to my man Gabriel for the Cash App donation. I will turn that into Coronas. Ow! Aye!
Julius, are you watching this fight? I don't think you are, right?
No, I am. I'm gonna buy it.
Oh,
I said I'm gonna buy it. Listen.
I remember.
This is the shit. Look, this is the shit. I'm not broke. I'm not a bum. I have honor, integrity. I'm gonna buy the fight like I buy many fights. I'm gonna post a receipt on Twitter the way I always do. I bought Benavidez versus Plant. I don't even like David Benavidez, but you know what else? I'm not a fucking bum.
Well, no, I'm gonna.
Jules, can I say?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it one time and do what Errol Spence does to watch fights and see how it feels. See if that makes me feel good.
No, but if you don't buy this fight, you're not a bum because this is not pay-per-view worthy. Not only that, but the actual card itself is not worth $85.
No, let me say this. Michael, I'm not judging. See, this is what I mean, right? I have a boxing channel. I make very good money from the channel, right? So that's my way of giving back to the sport that gives me so much. That's my way of giving back. I don't apply that standard or hold anybody on the panel to that standard because I'm not finna sit here and go live and make this bread off of some shit that I stole. I'm not a bum. I respect myself too much to do that. Now, anybody else, that's their prerogative. But I'm just saying that, hey, if I get money talking about boxing, the least I could do is reinvest in the sport because I preach about that all the time. And me and Drew and all you guys, we talk about it all the time, that the way that the people in boxing treat boxing, they don't actually make an investment in the future. The way I look at the sport, if the sport is doing well, then I in turn will do well because I have a channel that's about the sport. That's not how the sport is. The sport is weird and full of weirdos and cowards like Javante and Leonard because they bunch of pussies. Like, bro, y'all got every advantage, fam. Why y'all need to spy on that skinny ass man?
Yeah, that don't make no sense, man.
Yeah, I wasn't judging you, Julius.
Hey,
I wasn't judging you. I wasn't judging you. I was just wanting to know if you were doing you wanted to watch a PBC fighter. That's all I was wanting.
I'm doing it. You know why? Like, look, when I go live for that fight, I know that I'm going to get very good metrics. I know I'm going to make good money. Just sitting here doing what I would normally do, watch a fight. I'm just doing it live and getting money doing it. So the least I could do is patronize the sport that gives me so much. You know what I mean? That's the least I could do. What separates me, I think, from a lot of people is I don't like Javante Davis. I don't like PBC. I don't like Al Heyman. I think Leonard Ellaby is a secretary. You a coffee girl. You're not no
Gatorade guy.
You a water boy, fam. Like you here to make coffee. You here to make coffee, bro. All right. I don't have no respect for that. Most of that organization, but I'm not no thief. See, I don't pretend to like Al. The guys that pretend to like Al are Al Heyman. Y'all the motherfuckers stealing his shit, not me.
Let me ask you this, Jules. Are you gonna lose that respect if Jermell Charlo starts moving funny? Because that's the only one that you have respect for.
Look, Jermell, look, I'm being real with you. I don't think for a second that Jermell is scared of Tim. I really don't. If you want my opinion, I don't believe that Jermell is scared of him. I believe that the decision is above him. That's what I believe. It's above him.
Exactly it. Yep.
I don't think the people that he fought, I don't see no scared fighter. I don't, not how John Jackson, Erickson Lubin, motherfucking Rosario, motherfucking Everson, motherfucking Castaño. Nah, that's not no scared fighter, fam. That dude got a resume and a half at 54.
I do think, if they told him, look, Jermell, you can make 10 M's if you make that fight in Australia, he'd go.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go off of that because I've been telling you and I've been saying it. Them guys ain't gonna fight. Before all of this kicked off, I told you here they not gonna fight. I'm telling you, I don't think they're gonna fight because I think Al's plan is the guys you got at 60, move them to 68. The guys you got at 54, move them to 60. Some of the guys you got at 47, they gonna go to 54. Danny hoe ass 54. Been what I thought they was gonna do. I've been said that well before it started. I said there's a cyclical process that they're gonna undergo to where they move their guys up, all their guys. That includes Jermell. So do I think Jermell is sitting around in Texas biting his fucking nails? No, I don't. He don't move like that. He not no pussy. Now Jamal, that's some different shit. That guy. I don't fuck with that guy. I don't care if they twins.
I saw you do the relay. I saw you do the relay on Espinosa and the pay-per-view buys. Was you going to do a relay on what he was saying about Crawford Spence? And do you think that the higher ups are looking to see what this pay-per-view buys to determine whether they even give them guys a guarantee?
I think so. I mean, a lot of things are contingent upon a lot of other things because what he's saying isn't necessarily wrong, that you have to mitigate the risks these days because the fighters want certain dollar amounts that it's not safe. It would be safer if the fighters and their managers were willing to accept nominal guarantees so they can make the money from the upside. But the truth is, nobody's willing to do that. They all want huge guarantees, which creates more risk. So, yeah, they probably got to wait and see what this does to better gauge what a smaller fight with a smaller profile might do, because this fight does have more of a profile than that fight. So if this fight does say 900,000, you could then turn around and say, okay, well, Crawford versus Spence domestically probably does about 500,000. If this
Jules, I don't mean to interrupt you, but Leo left you a private message in the private chat real quick, man.
I got you. Hold up. I never heard of that though, bro. I never heard of that.
Yeah, Julius. Just my opinion. You have to be sure because for the amount of guys that be hating on you, that's the first thing they're gonna go if they wanna take you out of the YouTube. So be careful.
But I've never. I honestly, you know what I heard? I've heard that about other streaming platforms, like from content creators or streamers that were accepting gifts from rival platforms. I've heard of that, but I never heard of that about YouTube because it's a different hustle. But hey, you never know. You never know. I don't know.
Yeah, if they change something in the terms of the TOAs, in any time, you have to be sure. Because they might fuck you up your channel. But let's keep on track. Julius, I want to ask you a question about this fight. Sincerely,
Mm-hmm.
how much many buys this fight is gonna make?
All right, the number that I have in mind is just under 1 million. I anticipate either 7 or 8.
Wow,
that's what I think it's gonna do.
Wow,
not
that much. Huh?
I say that because this fight has the same profile that Canelo versus Plant had. It's got a decent profile. Got decent profile. It's like, yeah, I could see it doing between 7 and 8. And I'll say that anything under that, even if they do break even, which I do think they're going to break even, it is mediocre because the way y'all talking about this fight, oh, this is going to save boxing. Bro, this shit ain't going to save nothing. You know what's going to save boxing? Prince Khaled in Saudi Arabia.
Correct.
He is going to save boxing. Not you motherfuckers.
If he pulls that over the line, man, that's going to bring boxing back in a big way.
I'll buy that. Take my money.
Take my $150.
See, let me put it this way. It's not just one show. It's not on that show. It's that he is injecting vast sums of money into the sport to where they're bringing big-time boxing to a completely different market. Understand that what he's been spending on certain boxing matches, like, say, Joshua versus Ruiz, what they spent on that was literally more than Showtime's annual budget. That is the kind of commitment they have to the sport. The kind of commitment that Showtime don't have.
Hey, man, it's the sheikh money, bro. It's the sheikh money. You get me? The oil money.
You ain't lying, Swab. You ain't lying, man.
You got to remember that the annual budget that some of these platforms give the promoters, it's about 100 mil. Sometimes it's less than that. I know the Showtime's budget got to be less than that. I'm going off of what the budget was before the pandemic. That's what I'm going off of. But being real, I wouldn't be surprised if they budget is like, I don't know, 60 mil, maybe less. This dude gave Anthony Joshua $85 million for that Ruiz rematch, bro. Ridiculous money.
A challenger, not even a champion, a challenger. And the same thing happened again with Usyk, bro. A fucking challenger made that
man,
much
all
money.
I gotta say is praise be to Allah for that one, man. For real.
Alhamdulillah, and Eid Mubarak to all my Muslims.
Yeah.
So when you think about that, if you're gonna talk about what could save boxing, it's that kind of an investment that puts the sport, like, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Americans think that when they not running a party or when it's not their party, that it's not a party. And that's why this boxing scene is kind of irrelevant. Like, bro, you literally have a Saudi Arabian prince who's swimming in money like Uncle Scrooge telling you he's willing to spend anywhere in between $300 to $400 million. That is saving boxing.
That's where the party's at. Shit, man. These motherfuckers don't know nothing. I mean, that's a lot of fucking money, dude.
And the other thing, Julius, please explain to me what is this midday weight-in that Ryan Garcia has to.
Bro, I told you they trying to like we all know.
What does that mean?
That means that you know what that means? That's a third weight stipulation. That's what that is. It's a third one. Because if there's a midday weigh-in, what that implies is that he's supposed to be at a certain weight at a certain time. And if he's not, he will incur a penalty. It's like, I'm telling you, like
oh my God.
The bitch ass, I'm telling you that the bitch assness is unprecedented bitch ass.
If I was him, I would just call the fucking bet, hand him my fucking purse and say, fuck the weight. I'm going to fight you this way. Fuck you.
This is almost worse than when Fury was trying to stipulate all those things on Usyk. But like, it's got to be 70-30. It's got to be the wing's got to be like this.
I would say
it has to be in England. It has to be in Saudi Arabia. It can't be in Saudi Arabia. It's got to be in England.
I would say it's worse because you doing all this for a dude that never fought for a full title. The best guy he fought was Luke Campbell. You doing all that for him? That's crazy. That is crazy to me. Yeah. Like, yo, it's the best, literally the best guy he fought was Luke Campbell, and that was 3 years ago, fam.
And he got knocked down by him.
Trying to tell you.
How are you comparing this to Canelo versus Caleb Plant? But that was for undisputed. This shit, what is this for?
I'm saying that the profile of the fight, the profile that it has, the potential, the projections I have for it, I would say it's akin to Canelo versus Plant. Now that Canelo versus Plant was carried by one man. It wasn't about Plant. It was never about Plant. That's like, come on, B. You think Plant? If Plant is in any way, shape, or form responsible for what that fight did, right? Then how come they ain't do that with Benavidez?
Yep.
Hey, Jules, I got an idea for you. It sounds crazy. Why don't you try to get that Saudi prince to interview him, man?
No, I'm good, bro. I ain't fucking with nobody, bro. I like being in my lane, and that's it. If I could, but that's royalty, bro. That's another level, bro. That's a whole nother level, bro.
Come on, man. You're an alien with superpowers. You above that.
And I'm not going to use them for that shit. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That's
Julius. I think the only difference between the Canelo Plant fight and this fight is that there was more stakes in the Canelo Plant fight because it was for undisputed. This has no belt. There's no stakes really in it at all. It's a catchweight fight.
Well, it's completely possible that we're overshooting it, and so are they. It's completely possible. Like, I don't dismiss that, but if I had to guess and I had to ballpark it, 700-800,000. If I have to ballpark it, and I know I'm being generous because I could be modest and say 500,000, but I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, which I like to do, so that if I'm wrong, well, that's mud in your eye, not mine. Y'all said this shit was gonna do $2 million.
Tank Davis is what, about 200,000 a fight? About
like Davis's numbers is his numbers, bro. At this point, he has a baseline number because you've been on pay-per-view 5 times, so that means your baseline number is at or around 200,000. That's what you good for. If this bitch do 500 or 800. It's not because of you, because when you be out there, you don't do that.
Yep.
I was arguing with a dude earlier today about it's because it's no motherfucker. He been on pay-per-view 5 times. All right. If it was about him, then he would be able to do that for Dolo by himself. He don't do that. You add Ryan to it, and if adding Ryan to it is the difference between 200,000 and 800,000, we could safely say that, Ryan brought all them bars, not you. You don't have that many fans, and why would you? All you do is beat up girls. That's all you do. You don't be in the news because you did some gully shit. You be in the news because, man, I really don't like that.
Hey, Julius, it's 2023, bro. Maybe he's changing, bro. You never know, bro. He might be transforming into a transformer. You know what I mean? He really got them nails and handbags and shit, so you never know, bro.
That dude is a sucker, bro.
Hey, Jules, you said some gully shit. Man, I ain't heard gully in a minute, bro.
I'm old, bro. I'm old as shit, bro. And I just
90s motherfucking man.
I just be looking at him. I just be looking at him, and I'm like, yo, man. You know, like Mike got in trouble with the law for fist fights and shit like that, fighting Mitch Green in the street.
I remember that.
You out here,
bro? You remember when he literally wanted to fight a gorilla?
Only time you in the news is when like you doing like some weak shit. You slamming in the cars and leaving pregnant girls in the car. You punching girls or you shaking girls. It's like, yo, man, like I don't think he could be more irreprehensible. And I will say that, look, irrespective of a rooting interest, it is better if Ryan went for the sport. Because he's a better ambassador. I don't even fuck with him like that, but he is a better ambassador of the sport than you. He got a Gatorade deal. What the fuck do you have? Cases pending?
I'm predicting this now. Yeah? I'm predicting this. You're gonna see Tank Davis, within that maybe 2 or 3 years fighting for the women's title. Mark my words.
Probably. He probably won't be there. What's the name of that swimmer? Don't say nothing. Just say the name of the swimmer.
Fuck knows, but he's a transformer. He was 200. Listen to this. My man was 200 or 300 in wherever in the championship that he was doing. He became a transformer. You became a transformer, and my man went straight to number 1.
Lower.
You broke the record.
Nah, bro. It was worse than that, bro. He was like somewhere close to in the 1,000 ranking for men. Yeah,
shit is
way
crazy,
higher than 200.
Hey, JumpTube says Tank has bail bondsman's deals.
I'm telling you, like the only thing I see with them, is y'all bunch of trash individuals. Like Leonard, you trash. You literally admitted that it's. I know what you do. So you gonna admit that y'all have people watching him? Damn, you trash, bro. And Javante let it out the bag first. I'm like, yo, so y'all that scared of this guy? Y'all scared of Ryan? Damn, I can't imagine how nervous y'all would be if it was Shakur.
So how about this, Jules? We mentioned earlier how like it's usually not the fighters, right? It's the PBC that's pulling the strings and they call all the shots. These motherfuckers just obey. In this case, I agree. I think Tank would have did it either way. This is Heyman and Ellerby design right here. You know what I mean? All these clubs and shit.
I get that, but the other thing is, no, let me say this. See, this is the thing. Because Javante, and you could tell, like, and I don't give a shit, like, I don't gotta be PC. I could tell you a little bit slow.
No doubt.
I could tell that Javante is like slow, like, yeah, you type stupid, like you auto. And I don't make excuses for your stupidity because look at Devin. Devin made a decision that was a gamble. I'm gonna leave Matchroom. I'm gonna leave him. I know they've been paying me great, and they even said that they're willing to work with me on a fight-by-fight basis moving forward. But I'm gonna leave him.
So you think PBC takes advantage of Tank's lameness?
I don't think he's a man. I don't look at him as a man. You a child.
That's what I mean by like his lameness.
You might be older than Ryan, but Ryan is acting like a man. You acting like a child. All these people making all these decisions for you. You know why? Because you don't have the faculties to make them for yourself. So it's either you a retard or you a child. Pick one. Because you ain't a man.
He gonna come out and just gonna say Chico's bail bonds on the back of his robe, man.
That probably explains why with a talent like Tank, he's been restricted for so many years.
Yeah, but the other thing, like one thing, like we always hear about, talent. The truth is there's a lot of talented kids in the amateurs. He's just one. What you're selling is an image because your boss, the guy who gives you all your marching orders, is a music guy. He's not a boxing guy, he's a music guy. So you move in such a way that is akin to the music industry, where it's more about the gimmick and more about the smoke and the mirrors than the actual
It's a clown show.
It's a clown show. So looking at him, I'm like, listen, he's 28, all right? You 2 years from 30. You still act like a child. You still dress like a child. Do though. And this kid, I'm not high on Ryan at all. Like, nah, you duck Devin. I don't fuck with you like that. But if I had to say, who moving like a man, like a grown-ass man, he is. You not. Whether it's because you're too stupid or you're too much of a coward. Either way.
The other thing, Julius, is Gervonta Davis was scouted by one of the best boxers, then turned into promoter in Floyd Mayweather, with an army of idiots willing to make every excuse in the book for your lazy ass career.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have to fight anyone to be where you are now. If you were a top ranked fighter, nobody will give you a shit about you.
That's true.
Nobody.
You would have to earn it. Top Rank is going to put you through the gauntlet to see if you are who they think you are and who you say you are. And that's why I love their programming. That's why their matchmaking is entertaining. Whereas with Davis, they've been trying to convince us for all these years that he's this guy or he's this caliber without him having to prove it.
But that's how they hooked all these young fighters in, like him and other ones. They conned them into believing, you're going to be the new Floyd or the next Floyd, or you could be like Floyd.
They told the whole goddamn state. They probably told the whole stable that Floyd story, and they all ate that shit up. When it's like, you realize in boxing, there's only 1 or 2 cash cows at a time, maybe 3. Guys that sell, that get money. And if you look, you got your Leonard and your Duran, very popular fighters, Hagler, very popular. You know, there's only everybody's not going to go on. In other words, in all likelihood, most of you will not be pay-per-view stars. The problem is that's normal. That's okay. Like I don't like they have it reversed. In other words, where everybody's not going to be a pay-per-view star, right? That's okay. Pay-per-view is not for everybody. In fact, pay-per-view is for specific fights. You could get two guys that maybe alone they're not very much, but when you put them together, if you build it right, it can be a pay-per-view if you build it right.
Fury Wilder, for example.
Well, Jules, the difference is those popular fighters actually put the work in, though. You know, the popular fighters today don't. Most of them. You know, with the exception of a few.
Deed says, hot take, Inouye is a bigger puncher than Tank, man. Shit. How much to get you to make a video of Tank getting KO'd sync to Stephen A. Smith saying Tank is a pound-for-pound fighter? I'm roasting that fool when it happens. Yo, for real. Ebo Sosa says, God, come on. The guy comes to the ring dresses as a damn panda bear, wears pastel color furs, the summer and rocks in a purse. Fuck, yo, I'm trying to tell you, Ebo.
He's competing with Rolly, man.
Yeah,
y'all do know. Y'all do know
he's
that
competing with Rolly.
But y'all do know that Stephen A. Smith, when it comes to his opinion, like he did say Adonis Creed was #1 pound for pound. So, you know, that just should tell you everything you need to know. I mean, that should tell you everything you need to know. So
the shit is that like
above Rocky. Fuck.
Stephen A. Smith don't know shit about boxing, bro. He just you could kind of tell what he doing. Whoever getting talked about, he's gonna come out with this inflated opinion because his racket is not sports coverage. His racket is hot takes, saying shit that'll make people talk. I ain't even mad at Steven. Truth be told, I'm not mad at Skip because I realize you're sports entertainment. You're not here to cover the sport and evaluate it and analyze it. Your shit is hot takes. You're basically Howard Stern.
The shock jocks.
Yeah, exactly. Shock jock.
They only talk about bro. Their sport is basketball, bro. That's the only thing they know about, bro. Maybe
no, but even with that, if you watch him, even with that, his whole racket is hot takes because what he aspires to do when he gets on there and says what he says is have people talking about first take, like you know what Stephen said. They just trying to get a reaction out of you. So really, I'm not even mad at that. Like, you know what? I see what your hustle is. And I guess the disconnect for a lot of people is they don't realize that's what you're doing deliberately. Your shit is hot takes. That's your shit. The takes got to be hot enough that people disagree, you know? And as long as they're conversing about it, that's what you wanted. You want to elicit a response. Whereas journalism in the sport, that's different. You're supposed to cover the sport, provide accurate information in an even and unbiased way. That's separate from what Stephen does or what Skip Bayless and any of them, Shannon Sharp, any of those hot take guys. They racket is hot takes. I ain't mad at you. Get your money, you know, get your money.
Yeah, toe that company line.
Yeah, Chucky says Samson was on Beeb's channel. He said no way to the zone. I know, bro. I know because I'm trying to tell y'all, and I noticed that it's not like that with the Brits. I noticed it's not like that with a lot of other fight fans from other places. But in America, you really gotta hold these motherfuckers' hand and show them that you don't understand that they're not after a fight. You don't see that. You don't have the frame of mind to see that they're not after a fight. They're after publicity. It is not their intention to get Canelo in the ring. That's not their intention. What their intention is to use what he has built to build up their own fighter. They don't want to do it the real way. They doing some fake shit because their game has always been the name association game. That's what it's always been. We ain't really trying to fight the guy. Wilder wasn't really trying to fight Joshua all them years. You was just trying to get money off of that. Because if it was about fighting them and proving that you better, you would have took the 100 mil.
Thanks.
If it was like, all right, you didn't take the 12, fine, you know, whatever. But they offered you 15 mil guaranteed at 40%. That's damn near 50% of the pay-per-view's upside. You said no to an April date at Wembley. After that, they still didn't leave you alone. Like, what if we give you $100 million? What about that? You still said no. I don't even know now if they're for real. I don't know, like, because I'm like, yo, the way y'all, this is not about, like, I know what you were doing was not about getting them in the ring, because if it was about getting them in the ring, you could have got them in the ring.
Yeah. He got Fury for less money.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Jules, because like, fellas, because his memory serves me right. Like, didn't they make Wilder like 4 or 5 offers before his own deal came? Each one was higher than the last.
Yeah, it was 12 mil. Then it was
like 15
mil guaranteed at 35%.
Then it was like 20, right?
Yeah, 15 mil guaranteed at 40%. Yeah. Then it was the DAZN deal. I think I'm missing one in between the 12 and the other one, but it was about 4 or 5 offers, and he turned them all down. And the offers, every offer was literally bigger than the last one and catered to him. Like the 15 mil guaranteed at 35% was a 2-way rematch clause that, bro, even if you lose, you'll get another shot. You said that the reason you didn't take the offer initially was because they didn't give you a rematch clause, even though in all actuality, bro, you the B-side. But whatever, they catered to you, which is why I fucked with him. Like, yo, he got the rematch clause. They giving you what you want. They telling you it's going to be one in the UK and one in the US. And none of that was enough to get you in the ring. So here and now, off of all of that, I'm like, yo, I don't even know if this dude is being for real.
There's many of fans want to still act like it's Joshua ducked him. Make that make sense.
And then even Wilder admitted that in his tweet that he took less money to fight Fury.
And you could show that to people and they'll still try to argue with you, because I'm telling you, the one thing you can't fix is stupid. Stupid. You're not stupid based on what you don't know. You're not stupid. You're stupid based on what you don't want to know. You don't want to know. Your emotions control you. You're too fucking stupid to think like an adult. You should look at that and say, you know what? How is it that you admitting that? Even if you want to believe him, what you're supposed to ask yourself internally is, well, wait a minute. If Wilder wanted to fight AJ, why did he turn down that money? And if you coming up with excuses for him, okay, bro, you're the kind of adult that your emotions rule you because you're a fucking child with a baby brain. All right, you don't have logical thought. It's not complex. You could look at that entire paper trail and see what it was about. If it was really about getting AJ in the ring, you would have got him in the ring at the 15 mil guaranteed at 40%. Because believe it or not, if you crunch the numbers, that offer was actually bigger than 100 mil. The upside of that pay-per-view would have been gargantuan. And you were going to get 40% of that. Whatever that number was going to be, I know in here that pay-per-view would have broke records at that time. I'm talking about global records. If you thought Klitschko versus Joshua was big, that fucker was a beast, and you fucked it up.
Well, PBC are just so predictable right now, to be honest.
I mean, we know what they're going to do. We know what they're doing with Rolly. I mean, that's obvious.
So. Yeah, that shit is
out. Here's the question. What's their fucking incentive to stop this man?
You know, I'm just saying PBC are so predictable right now. Okay, they're going into this Ryan fight, literally cutting my man's 2 hands off. Yeah. He's going to get... Now we know the Rolly shit that is happening. How, coming off a loss, how the fuck do you get a title shot? How is that fucking
let's
possible,
say this.
bro?
Let's say this. I want to say that in not to play devil's advocate, but Gary was offered the shot and he turned it down. I don't even understand.
To do what, Jules? To do what?
He ain't fought since then. I don't. They fighters. What I see with they fighters is they got a bunch of fighters. Most of them, not all, but most of them. They just got a lot of guys that don't want to fight. Call it what it is, with the exception of Stephen Fulton, who I believe wants to fight. I see he wants to fight. He moving like a fighter that want to fight. Jermell, I believe Jermell is the genuine article. I think he's earned the benefit of the doubt that he should be given that. I think that David Morrell kid wants to fight, but bro, you with them people. It is what it is. You with them people. It just is what it is. But a lot of these other guys like Errol, like Jamal, bro, you don't want to fight, bro. Y'all don't want to do that. Cause look at how y'all move. Errol fought once in 2 years. Jermell hasn't fought in 2 years. Like, what's your job again? What's your profession? Yeah, I mean, Javante, you got to do all this. This is, to me, is crazy that y'all got to do all this for Ryan, who I don't consider him a pound for pound talent. Like, I look at Shakur, that kid is the real motherfucking chick. Ryan, God bless him, he not that. He's a good, solid young fighter, but he's not those things the way you should have to go this far to feel safe. Nah, y'all bugging. Like,
he's been too busy fighting safe his whole career, though, Jules. I mean, for real.
Garcia,
yo. You would think they going in there for Roberto Duran or somebody. All this shit.
Hear me out. The footwork, the speed.
Oh, and you know what the shit is? I'm going to say this too. That the guys that big up that little butterball, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers bring like I did a video the other day last week. It was either earlier this week or last week. And in the video, I talked about how, like, yo, he calling himself a legend. And I had some idiot in my comments to my, well, because he survived and he didn't. Listen, motherfucker.
Survive what?
Everybody in boxing, for the most part, literally,
Baltimore, apparently.
Most of the people in boxing, I don't care if they from Russia, Kazakhstan, Mexico, Argentina, or right here in America or in the UK. Do you understand? Do you understand that most of boxing comes from poverty? Do you think that his story is special?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you what he survived. He is in a PVC bunker, bro, and there's fucking atom bombs outside there, bro. Nukes outside there. Name Lomachenko. Name David Haney. I think name flipping all the 140 pounders, bro.
I just hate hearing about.
That's what he survived.
I just hate hearing this. Like, one, let me be real with you, bro. And I say this all the time. The ghettos in America ain't got nothing on the ghetto south of the border. You don't even understand. You bugging. You think you seen some shit up here? You see, this is the thing. This how bad it is down there. If worse come to worse, and the police cannot control some shit, you know that they'll send in the National Guard and shoot you motherfuckers up, see? Got a contingency. South of the border, cartel run the police, you motherfucker. All right? They run the police, motherfucker.
Oh, I ain't going to Mexico. Shit.
You don't know how bad it is outside of here, but you're gonna find out when shit get bad though, and that's coming.
By the way, Jules, can I ask you a question?
Bro, go Afghanistan is literally run by Taliban, bro. Literally run the whole fucking government.
What you think? Because your mom was because what? Mom was strung out on crack. What's the story, bro? Like what? There was druggies in the family. Boo, fucking boo, bro. Do you know how many people in America have that same story? It's not a big deal, bro. All right, you being an adult is not a big deal. All right. You acting like you coming from worse circumstances than you're not. It's not that big a deal, bro. Everybody in boxing comes from poverty. Mostly, yeah, they do.
Canelo came from it, did he?
How many with the exception of Chris Eubank Jr., right? And kind of Ben, because they come from money. Most of these motherfuckers was poor. Most of them. So what's all got it from the man, you? Yeah, you and every other motherfucker, bro. Take a number. Fuck is you talking about?
Working Anthony Joshua was going to prison, bro. He was going to prison.
Was nickel and diamond,
he
bro.
Was selling weed, bro.
He was selling tray bags in Watford with shakes and seeds and stems in them, bro. You moving nicks and dimes out there, bro.
He said shakes.
Yeah, shake in the bag, man. You bag up all the shit and that little bit that's left, put the shake in the bag.
Hey, Jules, he was slanging that bammer.
That bammer.
You know what I mean?
Sell a motherfucker a whole bag of seeds and stems and get out of there before he find out. You know what I mean?
And by the way, Jules, could I ask a question?
Go ahead.
About Leonard Ellaby. Does anybody know if he was giving out presents to everybody at the press conference?
Bro, that dude is a clown. Like that dude is legit a clown, bro. It'd be funny if the majority of pay-per-views were sold on DAZN due to the lower price tag. Well, I wouldn't rule that out, bro, because I know that when I buy it, I'm buying it through DAZN because it's only $60. Why wouldn't I? So yeah, I'm buying mine through DAZN. Motherfucking Sophie said, I don't know what to say. Then don't say anything.
Hey, look at his. Did you see his picture for his Tyson chicken?
What the? Go back.
Let me go back.
Yeah. That's the thing on Fury, I'm assuming.
Man, why this shit not clicking, man?
There you go, right there. Look at this Tyson chicken.
Bruh. Don Juan says Tank is a legend in the court of law. Man, listen, man. That motherfucker.
Yo, everybody.
Is he going to jail? Does anybody know?
Everybody in the chat should be buying Henry Lomo. I don't give a fuck. Everybody should be buying that.
Lady Chan want to join. If somebody want to drop off, because Lady Chan want to join, I don't know if somebody want to drop off.
No,
I will.
The comedy, dog. The comedy of.
No, I'll do it.
I can't wait till this fight's over. I can't wait till this fight's over, honestly, so we can get back to like the actual sport.
Nah, look, I'll say that the fight is mildly intriguing, you know, and anything that gets people watching boxing, I suppose, is good. But I do feel that it would be better for the sport if Ryan won, because if Ryan won, it sends the right message. Don't be a bitch, believe in yourself, and you'll get the job done. Guys like Gervonta, see, that's why I like Devin's story. He believed in himself, went down there, did the shit. Now he fighting Lomachenko. And if he win, it's even better. Because it's like, I ain't scared of nobody, B. My racket is fucking you up. That's my racket. That's what I do. And it's too much bitch ass shit with Gervonta, bro. Like, bro, you gotta do all this for this guy. This guy. If it was Regis, I could understand. Like, cause it's like, well, that motherfucker puts you in the hospital. But this is Ryan, bro.
The question is,
hi, Chan. Hey, everybody say hey to Chan. Hi, Chan.
The question is,
hi, guys.
Hi, Chan.
Hey, Lady Chan.
What up?
Let me just say this, yeah.
Much love.
Let me just say this, yeah. Let me just say this. What I want to say, bro. Imagine if it wasn't Ryan Garcia. Imagine if it was Devin Haney. Imagine if it was Lomachenko, Regis, flipping Theo, or fucking Taylor. What the fuck would this guy do?
That's how you know that none of them fights, if he win on Saturday, right? That's how you know that none of them fights with those young fighters like Devin, like Shakur, that shit not going to happen because they not going to go for that. You think they going to let you do them like that? Bro, Shakur's a 2-division champion. He not some bitch, and he not starving neither. He get money. Devin get money, you know what I mean? Undisputed, and he get money. He don't got to bend over for you. That's why none of them fights is going to happen, because them kids not going to let you do them like that. They not. Like, bro, the fuck I look like rehydration clause? Rehydrate this dick, B, in your fucking mouth. You bugging.
Bro, if this fight was that big, why is it not in a stadium?
Because
why is it not in Texas?
I mean, like,
Vegas, massive. It's a massive place to have a fight for them. How many times has Gervonta fought in? He usually fights at Atlanta. Last one I think was New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Vegas is a big spot. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, like it's like they'll do okay at the gate. I think they'll get good money at the gate.
They'll get good gate, but not good PPVs. They're not
that's the only caveat. Like, we literally don't know what it's gonna do. It's entirely possible that they're overshooting it. It is.
I reckon about 500,000, and if they do 500,000 for them, may have broke even or given them some profit.
Yeah, because the rumor that I heard is that the pot is a $30 million pot. Well, if it's a $30 million pot, you need to 500,000 will cover it. That will cover it.
That will cover
that negate, you're covered.
Yeah, and you have to realize as well here, for us to watch it over here, it's free, just on your DAZN.
But see, that's good. I'll say that's good for the zone, because then they'll get a piece of the action off of the subs. You know that they'll get a piece of the action off of the subs, which is good for them. It's good for them, and it enhances the profile of the fight. Nobody's saying it, but it's like, look, Showtime and PBC don't have a foreign broadcast partner. They don't. Like Top Rank has Sky. You feel me?
Yeah.
Showtime don't have that. So the fact that you have the Zone helping to carry the load and distribute the fight to foreign markets, that actually enhances the fight's profile, because Showtime by itself, you're only gonna do so much with them, bro.
Something Showtime is not doing.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
what are you gonna do so much with them?
Eddie's helping them out.
Well, we could say it's not really Eddie. It's
not
more
Eddie, the Zone.
Yeah, it's more the Zone, because that's not Eddie's party. You know that.
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
That's more due to the Zone is invested in Ryan, so you gotta invite them to the party in some way, shape, or form, because that's their fighter.
I mean, I see what she's saying though, because I mean, Matchroom is the Zone's breadwinner.
Yeah.
Dude, if Ryan wins, I want to see the look on Ellerby's face.
Well, listen, I think that if Ryan, and look, anything can happen, whatever's whatever, but if Ryan were to win that fight, bro, that would be a fucking catastrophe for these guys.
But you know what? It's better for boxing if Ryan loses. I mean, if Tank loses. If Tank loses, it's better for boxing.
I got no horse in the race. I don't really care who wins, to be fair.
Neither do I.
Me neither. It's just, I guess
we're just tired of PBC, man.
The only rooting interest I have is that they want him to be the face and they want him to be the guy. And if Ryan wins, all that shit dies, bro.
Yeah, they're going to meltdown mode. So going into this fight, is Ryan being received by Mexicans? Or is he not?
It's hard to gauge that, but I would say that with everything that's coming out little by little, I would say with everything that's been coming out, people they're on his side. They are on his side.
You don't even fucking speak Spanish.
But it's just the
not out here. We not on his side though. Really.
Listen, the panel here, nobody likes.
I was at a dinner, 90% Mexican, 85% are rooting for Tank.
Oh,
you gotta.
And I'm in LA, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, like, we don't mess with that Chivato like that, bro.
You gotta remember, all the Mexican fans that love Canelo always repping Tank. Canelo's picking Tank. So a lot of people.
Yo, you guys want to hear something crazy? I'm all the way over here in Canada, right? Mm-hmm. I was at the gym. This guy was punching the bag. I was like, damn, this guy looked good. I was like, I'm gonna ask him for tips. Turns out this guy owned a gym in Mexico. He had to leave because there was all the violence and shit. And motherfuckers would rob him and all that shit. So he moved away. This guy has pictures. Like, he used to spar Canelo. He has a whole folder. He has pictures with Canelo and Oscar.
Wow.
All after the gym.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what do you think of Ryan? He's like, he's like, oh, I only like Mexican fighters. I'm like, what do you think of Ryan? He's like, Ryan's not Mexican, bro.
That's what I told you, bro.
Not Mexican. I swear to God, he has a whole binder. He's at Canelo's gym. Like, he used to spar with.
I think it's Mexicanos for Tank, bro. I'm telling you.
All the way up. No, you know what it is? It's like I said. If I went to DR right now, much as I might rep that in the States, if I go to DR right now, you know what they're gonna say? You American.
Yeah.
You an American.
Hey, but Joe, are you gonna come back with DA with that clenbuterol though?
Bro, I'm gonna come back with all type of Osterine and
Dominicans so fucking dirty.
I'm gonna come back with all the Jules.
Hey, Jules, at least you won't get called a pocho, man.
Hey, fuck it, bro. Fuck it.
I'm tired of these dirty Dominicans ruining this sport, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. We should have stuck to baseball. I'm sorry.
Bro, they're not ruining the sport. They're just getting caught. They didn't call memo.
They're just getting caught.
Listen, they not cheating. They just getting caught.
Exactly. Because like Jules, how do they not get? They're not getting caught in baseball and other sports.
Listen, sports are better. Sports are more legendary when people are cheating. I'm sorry, all right. I'm all for steroids in boxing. I'm sorry. I can't. It's just like John Witherspoon said. I want to see a guy go in there, punch a guy head clean off his shoulders in the first round. That's what I want, bro.
Yeah, you could do that without steroids, though, Jules.
That's true. But steroids make it more fun. It's more exciting.
Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, man.
Who's the guy that popped dirty with the same thing as Conor Benn, Clomo? close.
Alberto Puello, former WBA champion.
Alberto Chicken, not Puello. Listen, that's how I know Conor Benn is guilty. That's how I know, because it's the same drug. It's for the same masking agent. Nobody can tell me nothing now that Conor Benn did not take that. He was juicing up. He was.
I'm gonna say that we have a difference of opinion, Chan, because I believe Puello is being set up. It's not a coincidence that this happens right before you was about to fight Rolly. I've been saying that.
Yeah.
I don't think like Rolly is not supposed to on some boxing shit. Rolly not supposed to win that fight. I seen that guy. That guy could fight. He could box.
Yeah.
He's a move guy. And this is 140. You coming off a loss, a knockout loss at 35. It's been almost a year since you fought. So if we gonna look at it as a boxing match, bro,
cooking.
That's what I'm saying. You're not supposed to win that fight. So how is it that right before the fight, which is in May, right before that, they putting you in there with this 40-year-old man that been knocked out 2 times and lost 3? It's not an accident, bro. Like but
that would make sense why he would have to juice. That would make sense. Trust me.
But how many, Lady Chan, you would know this better than I do. How many tests did Conor Benn pass before he popped dirty?
I think he passed like 3.
So and where I struggle is, okay, he's been passing his tests. How's he all of a sudden just going to screw up and fail one?
This is what I mean. The Vada test that had the adverse finding, when they took it, right, before it all came out. He took a Vada test. There was clomiphene in that Vada test. He took a UCAD test after that, and it was clear. Clomiphene stays in your body for months. So how is it that it was in the Vada test before, but it wasn't in the UCAD test that they took after that? If it was in the Vada test, it should have been in the UCAD test.
No, then you tested first.
Why was Vada even involved in the first place, though?
No, Vada was involved because he was ranked by the WBC.
Yeah, but Jules, UCAD tested first.
No, I read it the other way. I read the UCAD test was after the Vada test.
Really?
Yes.
And the only reason I struggle believing anybody over there, because look at the fumbling they're doing, telling about the Amir Khan drug test. Like they've been sitting on that information for a year.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, that people not looking at the other stuff, that Frank is not being grilled for Tete. Y'all knew that Khan. First, Ben Shalom said, "Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't know Khan." Wait a minute. You telling me at the 14 months after that fight, you didn't know what happened? No. Well, I knew something. And Robert Smith didn't know either. He's like, no, Robert Smith then says, yeah, we knew something was going on. It's like, wait a minute. So you telling me the whole time this Conor Benn thing has been going on? Yeah. This has been happening in the background and it's just now coming out. I would sooner believe that this is a retort, because that's how it feels. What's coming out about Amir Khan is a retort to make the BBBOC look bad. That y'all trying hard to make Conor look bad, so now they're making you look bad. That's what I see. Because the timing is impeccable. That while y'all trying to nail Conor to the wall, we're going to show the world how crooked you are.
Yeah, but Amir Khan just did the normal thing when fighters pop dirty. Oh, I don't know how that happened. And he's just done his promo tour. He isn't fighting it, refuting it. He isn't getting a 270-page dossier.
There are serious implications about you sitting on that information for 14 months. There are. That means that last year, when they were contemplating whether or not he's going to exercise his rematch clause, this motherfucker tested hot.
Yeah. But the thing is, what I'm saying is Amir Khan hasn't vehemently denied it like what Conor Benn's done. He's just said, oh, yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Yes, he did. He said, I don't want people to remember me as a cheater. Maybe, he said, it probably came from a handshake.
That's lame. But what I'm saying is he hasn't said, I'm going to get scientists in now to find out this. He's just like, whatever the weather, I'm retired, I didn't do it. And that's it. He hasn't gone the Conor Benn route.
And I'm gonna say that with
because there are two different stages. One is at the start and one is at the finish line.
But they're both
no, it's not even that. There's two different stories there. When that shit about the eggs came out, that wasn't Conor. If Conor was the cheater, he would have did what Oscar Valdez did. As soon as they gave him that out, that, oh, just say it came from some herbal tea, he took it. He took the out. Conor came out and said, bro, it ain't no motherfucking eggs, bro. That's the WBC saying that. Not me. That's them saying that. I'm telling you that protocols were breached. I sent my scientist over. They wouldn't let her in the room when they opened the B sample. Something is going on here. That's his story. His story is separate from what the WBC said. And I look at that as, yo, you know what? If he was guilty and he wanted an out, they gave him one. Why didn't he take it? Because in his own mind, he's innocent.
In his own mind, he's innocent. It doesn't mean that he didn't. Maybe unknowingly he took it. But listen, he presented the dossier in the end, and the dossier did not clear him.
Well, I'll say this. The dossier was never going to clear him. It was never a question of that. Even if the dossier contains compelling information, at the end of all of it, the BBBOC is going to say, you're still responsible for what's in your body, so we're still going to suspend you. That's why he wanted to circumvent them, because he knew they would do that. That no matter what I tell them, they're going to wrap this around my neck and blame me.
Yeah, but he's to blame, so why bother do the dossier?
I don't know that.
Well,
to me,
at the end of the day, he was officially cleared. I'm going to leave it at that.
Yeah, to me, what I see, look, let me just say, Juice. To me, it's clear. Conor Benn was the next breakout superstar in the UK. Simple as, we can see that. Yeah. He was filling out stadiums. He was going to be on pay-per-views sooner or later, in a couple of years. You know what I mean? He was the next big, I would say probably, it won't get close to AJ, but he would be somewhere around there in the UK. Let's be honest. And I don't know who didn't want that, but there's something happening in the background.
You know what I think, Sawab? You know what I think, Sawab? Who benefits from sabotaging Conor Benn's career? Who benefits? Eddie's competitors. They don't have an answer. They didn't have an answer for Conor. There's nobody on Queensberry that has the potential that Conor was showing. There's nobody on Boxer that has the potential that Conor was showing. Now, I think about Frank Warren, and I know you go way back with the BBBOC. You bailed them out when they were about to be bankrupt.
Yeah, he bailed them out. So
who would benefit? So who would benefit from Conor Benn not being able to box in the UK? Frank? Why does it feel like you handling this Conor Benn situation real different than you handle other situations? The bylaw, I know that before. I know for a fact that your banned list is different from Vada's. How do I know? The substance that Billy Joe Saunders tested positive for, it's on Vada's banned list, but not yours. That's why he was able to box that year in Manchester, the year that he got popped for that nasal spray in America. He was able to go back to the UK and box in Manchester at the end of the year. You guys, let me finish. You don't have the same band list. Now, to my knowledge, you've never used Vada results or Vada findings to adjudicate on any fighter. Only recently, in September of last year, after all of this started, did you change your own bylaws so that you could use Vada to adjudicate? Something is fishy.
That's it.
Yeah, but the fact is, Billy Joe Saunders didn't deny that the stuff was in his system. Whether or not he cleared it was okay with UCAD and it wasn't with Vada, he still popped dirty. He didn't deny it. What I'm saying is Conor Benn may not have knowingly took it, but for the fact is it was still in his system. It was in his system. And he's saying that
the relevance, I'm gonna say the relevance of Billy Joe Saunders to this conversation is that you don't use Vada to adjudicate. If you did, he would have got banned. You don't have the same banned list. You don't use their findings, or you didn't, to adjudicate or dispense punishment. How do I know? You didn't punish Billy. When he got popped in America by Vada and the fight got called off, he didn't go back to the UK and you corroborated with the commission in America the way you want them to corroborate with you now, to collaborate. You actually called the California State Athletic Commission. You called the Nevada State Athletic Commission to collaborate the effort with you. But what I know is when he was in Massachusetts, when Billy was in Massachusetts, and they told him, you can't fight here, this fight is called off. He went right back to the UK, and you gave him a license to fight. So I know that you don't have that relationship with commissions in America, and you don't have that relationship with Vada. Because if you did, Billy should have been punished. Did you punish him? No.
But Billy accepted that it was in his system. He didn't deny it.
It's not a question of him.
But Chan, let me just say this. But Chan, look, let's be honest. When it comes to Eddie Hearn fighters like Anthony Joshua or any of them, bro, they get held to a different standard compared to any other fighter.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying
based
this.
on what? Is Conor Benn the only
it's not,
fighter?
It's not a question. It's not a question of Billy accepting it or rejecting it. I'm saying that if you really were consistent, which you're not, because I see how you guys are. I see how that commission moves. If it was all about ensuring that fighters that are on banned substances don't fight, then he would have never got the fight.
Yeah,
he did, didn't he? He did. So it's not a question. Conor could go in there right now and acquiesce. Yes, there was something in my system, yada, yada, yada. The punishment would still be the same. And what I see is you didn't have that energy for Billy. Other fighters test positive for stuff by way of Vada, and it has no bearing, or it didn't, on the BBBOC up until September of last year, after all of this started. Why? In other words, if you was keeping the same energy, why in September of last year did you alter your own bylaws?
Yeah, we know that is the dodgy bit.
So
I know that
you can look at when the PDF and their bylaws was posted. It's in September of last year. You changed your own bylaws so that you would be able to stick it to this guy. Why?
So how long is he going to be banned for then?
Probably 2 years. Probably, I think, from the UK, probably 2 years.
Just from the UK, though, only.
And these are his prime years, and this is the years that he needs to develop and create his career and become something.
Somewhere else. Can he not
Look at he can't fight in California. He cannot fight here. At least not in California and not in Las Vegas, because those two commissions are collaborating the effort from the BBBOC. They said we're not giving him a license.
Only if he fights UK boxer, though, is it not? That whole
No. They're telling him he cannot come here, or at least to those commissions. I would imagine, because the way it is in America, the big boxing commissions are the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the California State Athletic Commission, and the New York State Athletic Commission. Now, even though there are 50 commissions, right?
Yeah.
They fall in line with what the major three do. So if Nevada is telling you we're not going to give you a license, other commissions aren't going to give you one.
Florida will.
I don't know about that.
Florida will. They fucking accepted fucking Evander Holyfield, mate.
Texas will.
Texas will.
Do you think Texas will give Conor a license?
Man, Texas. The Texas Athletic Commission is dirty, bro.
Arizona will.
He'll watch that shit. He'll fucking pay them off if he has to.
Eddie better get those brown paper bags, man.
Now wait a minute. Now let's say Texas allows Conor. Let's say Texas allows Conor to have a license. What's the caveat? The BBBOC is threatening fighters that want a British boxing license. They're threatening them, saying if you fight him in spite of our adjudication, there are going to be penalties for you. So that limits Conor's pool of options.
Just fight American boxers, no?
Either American just if you don't plan on fighting in the UK, then you good. But if you ever plan on fighting in the UK, then you can't fight him.
Yeah, well, that's just for 2 years. He just has to fight in Texas.
Bro, just go to Saudi, go to the Middle East, or go to Mexico, bro. go Mexico.
There's a loophole. There's many loopholes for that.
They're trying to fuck him, but it's like you got to think about it. Okay, so you can't fight Brits or anybody that aspires to fight in front of Brits, right? Fine. Who can you fight?
Mexicans in Texas.
That's what I'm saying. You can't fight Michael McKinson. You can't fight this Albanian guy, Florian Marku.
Congo.
He wasn't going to fight him anyway. That's the whole.
The point I'm making is you can't fight anyone of substance.
He wasn't going to fight him substance anyway.
That's not true. If you could have put him in there with Kell Brook, or you could have put him in there with Chris Eubank Jr., those are fights that would have made money. Now you can't fight them. They're not going to risk their license to fight you. That's why Chris is going back to fight Liam Smith. Before that, he was going to fight Conor until they started saying, yo, if you fight him, you under penalty.
Yeah, but the point is, with Conor Benn, Like, really and truly, if he is that guy, he should be fighting, fucking going and fighting welterweights of his age, the Bootses, the fucking Ortizes. He's always fighting like old guys. So what? Chris Eubank isn't really, it's not in his weight category. So really, that fight shouldn't have really, who cares anyway? It's a who care fight anyway. Like, you want to fight Manny Pacquiao? He's 45, like 44. Who cares?
Let me tell you, for the past 6 to 8 months, they have not shut the fuck up about this peds nonsense. They're still going on about it. Look, when the Tete shit came out, when the Khan shit came out, how silent was the fucking Simon Jordans, and the way questioning was so soft compared to them nailing Conor Benn and nailing Eddie Hearn to the cross.
And the other thing is, you saying right, oh, Conor should be fighting this, Conor should be fighting that. Let me tell you what, Chan. Boots shouldn't be fighting Thomas Delorme now, should he? If we're gonna, and this is kind of what I'm getting at. That what I see is y'all trying to keep him out of boxing. You holding him to a different standard. That's all I see. You are.
Don't tell me. Saying. They're being held to different standards.
Don't tell me that it's this huge deal that he tested positive when I just told you, you let Billy Joe Saunders, after he tested positive in America, you literally let him run back to the UK and have a boxing match.
True.
You can't tell me that you care that much, because no matter what, he tested positive for a banned substance. The loophole is that your banned list is in fact, or was in fact, different from Vada's. You said that in your country, that's not a banned substance. Well, in America, it was. And he was not allowed to fight. Did you punish him? No.
They're trying to piss on his head and tell him it's raining, you know?
Yeah.
I don't
know
what an absolute certitude. When I look at Oscar, right? When I look at Oscar, you guilty, bro. That's what I see. You guilty. When I look at Billy, you're guilty too. When I look at Jarrell, you're guilty too. I look at a lot of guys and I don't care what they're talking about. I see guilty people. The way this kid is moving, you're not moving like a person that thinks they're guilty. That's all I know. You're not. You would have let this die if you were guilty. You keep beating that drum because you, for some reason, believe you're innocent.
Exactly, Jude. You hit the nail on the head, bro. We know. For 6 months, they will talk nonsense. You keep quiet for a bit. Go shut the fuck up. Don't give any statements. Come out afterwards. Everything's washed under the carpet. Same thing happened with Canelo. They banned him for 6 months. He went. The
WBC gave you an alibi that if you were guilty, you could have used. They gave you an alibi, and the very next day after they gave you that alibi, they did that. That's not his shit. That's their shit. And I'm like, bro, if he was really guilty and trying to hide it, why wouldn't he just take the out? Take the out. Yeah, man, I ate a bunch of eggs, man. That's all it was. He comes out, he says the opposite. This egg shit don't got nothing to do with me. Okay? That's not me saying that. That's them saying that. I'm telling you that they broke protocol, and I believe that my test was contaminated. That's what he's saying, and I'm starting to believe him. Why? You took a UCAD test after the Vada test. The UCAD test was clear. The Vada test was not. Clomiphene stays in the body for months. If it was found in the Vada test, it should have been in the UCAD test also, and it wasn't.
Quick question: is clomiphene on both ban lists? Is clomiphene? Let me just say this. Go on.
No, Jules, you need to check, because I still think it was that UCAD tested first, Jules.
I did several videos on it, and everything I read, I did several videos on it. And I'm saying everything I read, at least according to Conor, whether you want to believe him or not, according to Conor, the UCAD tests were after the Vada tests, which is why I'm asking. Clomiphene stays in the body. You could do this research yourself. Clomiphene stays in the body for months. So if it came up in the Vada test beforehand, why was it not in the UCAD test?
And how many times did he test? He did test multiple times, didn't he?
He said he tested 3 times up. He said he tested about 3 times with what? With UCAD? 2 times. 2 of the tests with Vada came back positive. But think about it. Let's play devil's advocate. Think about it. All right. UCAD test is before the Vada test. They took the UCAD test before the Vada test. Where is the clomiphene?
Yeah.
Before the Vada test or after the Vada test?
Where was the clomiphene?
Clomiphene is supposed to be in both tests.
Yeah, true.
If it's in the Vada test after the UCAD test, if it's in the Vada test after the UCAD test,
yeah.
Why is it not in the UCAD test?
Yeah.
It's in the Vada
Two
test?
questions. Yeah, 2 questions. Does it matter which one did it first or second?
Not
Second
really.
question.
Not really.
Exactly.
That's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. So before let's just spin it. Before the test, before the Vada test, after the Vada test. If there was clomiphene in your system at the time that the Vada test was taken, it would have still been there when they took the UCAD test, whether it was before especially if it was before the Vada test.
Second question is clomiphene on both the banned list? Yes or no?
Yes.
So why the fuck did it not show on either then? Or I mean, on one and it didn't show on the other.
Jules has got it wrong. I honestly do think Jules has got it wrong because I feel that he was they did the UCAD. This is why it is important which one was done first or second, because the UCAD ones he did do first and he was clean. And then he did the Vada, and I think Vada tested him 3 times. The first 2 times he was clean and he couldn't understand why they was testing him a 3rd time. And it was the 3rd test from Vada that popped dirty.
Yeah, but that's fishy, man. That's fishy.
What makes it fishy. That's what makes it that if there was contamination, it's probably from the Vada side that happened after UCAD, and they kept testing him religiously in Vada 3 times. They're not supposed to test 3 times. They're supposed to test once.
Mirage is in the chat saying that he tested positive twice in July and September.
Yeah, those are the Vada tests.
Who told him that, David?
Now, what I'm telling you is if this kid was using clomiphene around that time, it's not just going to show up in the Vada test. Let's go with Chan's story. Is UCAD before the Vada? Okay, then it would have came up in the UCAD first. Because it's closer to the time that you would have been cycling off. Let's say, all right, I used the clomiphene in June. If I took a UCAD test in June and then a Vada test in July, it's going to be in both tests.
It may not be in the Vada test. No, it will be out of it. He thought in a month it would be out of your system because Art's Ivo. He's the one that deals with all of that. It only stays in your system 3 to 5 days.
How many samples were taken? 1 or 2?
With Vada, it was 3.
Yeah, but y'all gotta understand something though. Y'all gotta understand.
He cleared UCAD first. Then he took Vada. He took 3 Vada tests in between, I think, July and September, or July and August. The first 2 Vada tests were clear. Then all of a sudden they came for a 3rd one. This is why there's breaching protocol, like what Jules is saying. They came for a 3rd Vada test, and all of a sudden that one popped dirty.
It just sounds like they manufactured it. It really does.
Yeah. So I'm beginning to realize this.
I'm gonna look it up right now to make sure.
Yeah, look it up, Jules. Look it up.
Mirage is all. Why are we playing scientists?
I was gonna say based off
Mirage. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. Go back to looking at
it. Go just keep rocks.
You play boxing
Go look
expert.
at your poster with David.
Yeah,
go look at that.
You play boxing expert. Why can't I play scientist?
Go wank off over the benefit. Keep rocks, mate.
Go look at your poster with David and go back to watching David fight.
How many tests did they do on Cocavides when they found the coke?
Thank
you.
He twice. Stripped of his belt because of cocaine.
Mirage plays boxing expert, but we can't play scientist.
Yeah,
he plays worship and David. That's
every time I come on, this guy, it's like he's sent from hell.
He plays David's. he plays David's meat flute.
Mirage, the shape of the earth is the shape of your head. go swing from Benavides' man cheese. Damn it!
British accent, El Diablo, mate, in the building. El Diablo.
In the building.
In the building. Yeah. Shut up, Mirage. You're a myth. Just go to sleep. It's past your bedtime. Annoying. Go get a girlfriend.
He can't spend too much time with thinking about David.
He swings the other way. He swings where Tanks is swinging now. So
if he gets a girlfriend, David Benavides might feel away.
Yeah. The girlfriend comes second. I know. Girlfriend comes second.
Can you imagine Mirage doing the dirty with a girl and he yells out David?
Yo.
I bet you he's got a David Benavidez swimsuit calendar.
Diablo. Yeah. Fucking joke business. Leave us alone, right? Leave us alone. I don't want to have to desecrate you. Leave me alone.
Oh, Chan, he knows better not to come on your show. He knows better.
Oh, he knew. We haven't seen him since.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah.
You know, he has like a black plastic bag full of David Benavidez fight tapes.
I know, so lame. So lame. Calendar and everything. Fucking hell. DVDs, everything. Don't even play DVDs anymore, but he's got David Benavidez on DVDs. Guarantee it. Lame.
Has him on floppy disks.
Floppy disks. Remember those? Oh my God, remember those? He's got him on his USB key. Everything.
He has them as a wallpaper.
Wallpaper. Everything.
He's got him on VHS too.
VHS, Betamax. Fucking hell.
He had him on his bed sheets and pillows.
Blu-ray. Yeah, everything.
Got the lunchbox and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
Hey, the lunchbox.
For Halloween, he dressed up as Benavidez. Yeah.
Sniffing.
Don't worry, Mirage. Chan will be fine without. She'll be fine without you. She gets views. That's fine.
Yeah, I'd be fine without you, mate.
You know better not to come on her show. So
yeah, because it's all guns blazing over there. Jules is a bit more.
I honestly think this guy is just a troll. He's just doing it because he knows. He just wants.
Really tell.
He likes being that person.
He
honestly,
does.
I think he just likes being that person, being the different. You know what I mean? Being the different
you know
person
what?
in the room.
Unfortunately, he is headstrong in his convictions, man, and serious. And you can't be trolling and argue for 5 hours.
So is a psychopath.
Yeah.
He's a psychopath, bro. You never know, bro.
Does he know what a mirage means? It's
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. We need.
I think he does. I think he does, Chan.
It's something that doesn't really exist.
Listen, we need Mirage versus Lady Chan Part 2, man. We got to run that back.
You know what would be funny is if it was actually David Benavidez and he was posing as Mirage.
Imagine that. Imagine
I know, right?
David Benavidez the whole time.
It's probably not even real.
That's what I'm saying. That's why.
That's why it's going so hard. I've never met a David Benavidez fanboy ever.
Until him, man.
Just him. So it could be David Benavidez himself.
I need.
I mean, fellas was funny. Like, last time he was on, he had me cracked up. He wants to play it.
Well, that's how I know he's trolling though, because like
guys, I got a question. Who's a bigger fanboy, Alexis for ESPN or Mirage?
Mirage beats him by a mile. Mirage beats him by a mile.
Man. I think Mirage.
That one's fun. But Mirage.
Alexis is like earnest in his love for top line. Mirage is trolling. Like
Mirage is a fanboy.
Mirage is not.
Nobody's that big of a fan of David Benavidez. It's like so obscure.
Yes, he is.
Him as a
No. Mirage is not serious. You guys take him seriously, but he's not serious.
He's
serious, Michael. He's serious.
He is swinging from Benavidez's man cheese, man. I'm telling you.
You know what? I think he's hungry for attention. You know where it is. You know.
I'm gonna say.
You know when you're in a room and you're saying everybody is like, okay, we agree to something, and then always has to be that one person that disagrees. And because I think he craves attention, he doesn't get any attention. Look, we're giving him attention.
Check it out. The thing is, he has certain triggers, like because he's been on here before and been really great in the discussion. But you get him on Benavidez or Terrence Crawford,
and it just goes left. It goes south real fast.
Yeah, he's like it's over. It's over. He'll argue with you until a fucking apocalypse.
He has split personality disorder. I think that's what
he's James McAvoy in Split.
And he's got no boxing knowledge as well on top of it.
I mean, I don't know. He seems to me like he's more of a Canelo hater than a Benavidez lover. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like once Canelo comes up, he always jumps in opposition quick.
Yeah, Mirage, your head's an echo chamber, man, because you got to be to have that many damn thoughts about David Benavidez.
Man, I used to not like Mirage, but he grew on me, bro. He's entertaining.
He hasn't grown on me.
I'm just saying this. I hate this narrative where they say you're in an echo chamber. Bro,
I hate
if I
that,
tell you the sky is blue, Yeah, if I tell you, bro, the sky is blue, he said, yes, the sky is blue. Am I in the echo chamber? If I tell you David Benavidez ain't shit, and you say he ain't shit, am I in the echo chamber, bro?
You know what? You know what?
What do you mean the Earth is round? You're not like
but everybody like I'm super nervous. I'm super nervous to say David Benavidez in the mirror because I think Mirage is going to pop up behind me.
Like candy, man. Like fucking.
Hey man, the world is flat like Mirage's head, man. I'm telling you.
If you say Mirage in the mirror 3 times, David's
gonna show up.
David shows up.
David's gonna show up and he's gonna throw a shoe shine.
Hey, I bet you Mirage has a David Benavidez signal. He flashes in the sky like Batman.
It's so sad.
Yeah, like Batman, the Batball.
Hey,
Yeah,
meanwhile, meanwhile, Jules is going hard like dissect.
No, I just had to. I had to grab where I saw it to make sure that I saw it right. I got it.
Just doing that research, bro.
No, I got it. I'm about to post it.
What you got? Let's see it. What you got?
Let me see. Hold on. I got to join y'all real quick from my phone.
Don't blue ball me, bro. Post that.
I got you.
Echo chamber.
Did we land in Mirage's head?
I think we might have.
Yeah, no, Mirage could be in a cave, and he's like, "Oh, what is this? An echo chamber?"
And people that use the term echo chamber, they're the ones that are in the fucking echo chamber.
Okay, now this is from SB Nation. Yeah, it's from SB Nation. And it says, I am told it supposedly stays in the body for months, and yet barely a week after failing a Vada test, I passed a UCAT test.
Okay.
Yeah, that don't make no sense.
Got you. Yeah.
See, I think what my opinion is just that the BBOC and UCAT, they've been under such intense scrutiny that they just have to like pile on Conor and Eddie Hearn to make an example out of him. Because if you look at it, like, don't look at it in like, you know, a small context. Like, look over the past couple of years. It's been nothing but terrible judging decisions, terrible refereeing. Like, they've been under a lot of scrutiny. We just haven't, like, we just forget about it so easily. Eddie's big enough to where, like, if they go after him, hold on. Eddie's big enough to where if they go after him, there's credibility. Like, oh, we're doing the right thing. But also, he's like an outsider. He's not like part of the boxing establishment the same way that like fucking
they're
Frank
hitting
Martin.
2 birds with 1 stone. That's what they're doing. Literally.
Yeah, but Ivo said that.
With 1 stone.
But Ivo said that clomiphene stays in. I looked it up as well. It stays in the body 3 to 5 days, Jules.
Let me
He's
see.
playing the scientist. He's not actually a scientist.
Ivo said it, and also if you Google clomiphene on the Wikipedia, it comes up with that as well. I'm sure 3 to 5 days. Or maybe you take it only for 3 to 5 days. I could be wrong with that.
Who the hell? But what the hell did Conor Benn do to?
I'm looking. Look. Like one at a time, fellas. I'm looking at something right now. It says, how long does Clomid? Let me make sure it's clomiphene.
Same thing.
Same thing. All right, then it says, how long does Clomid stay in your system? The half-life of Clomid, i.e. the time it takes for half of the medication to leave your system, is about 5 to 6 days. But traces of it have been found in the body after up to 6 weeks.
But that's an exception, Jules. But in general, in general, it is a few days. In general, it is a few days.
Now I'm looking at one at a time.
Evo Dave says yes, but a metabolite can be seen a few months later. He says he thinks a month or so.
Yeah. Now another article says, how long does Clomid stay in your system? Most users should expect Clomid to remain in systemic circulation between 1 and 3 months after their final dose. I'm looking at another one, HX benefit. For most users, they can expect Clomid to stay in their systemic circulation for anywhere between 1 to 3 months post the final dose.
Is this Clomid? It is the same as clomiphene, isn't it?
Yeah. So
is that before your period or after your period?
When they say
it's clomiphene, it's just another name for clomiphene.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
So my point is this. My point is simple.
Yeah, you're right, Jules.
My point is simple. I believe that they're setting him up. It's not because it's not because I really like Conor.
It doesn't make sense.
There's something inconsistent about it, and the rancor that they have for him, they don't have for nobody else.
Can you say that word again?
Right,
Sorry.
right.
Rancor.
Why are they going? Why are they going after him so hard?
You say that word in Spanish, Jules.
It's because they lack credibility. Like I'm saying, bro, just look at the past couple of years. The BBBOC, whatever the fuck it's called, they've been under intense scrutiny because of all these shitty judging decisions. The fighters they get approved for licenses, they have no business boxing. The referees, like they've been under scrutiny, and they have to now we have to go after somebody.
You're making it a lot more simple than it is. This takes me back to Dillian White. I've always thought that there was something fishy about Dillian White's situation. The fight before he was about to become Wilder's mandatory challenger. All of a sudden, he tests positive. This is the fight that would have made him interim champion, right?
Yep.
Now, we know that the BBBOC, they use discretion with Dillian White that they didn't use with Conor Benn. That's the BBBOC. But separate from that, I've noticed the pattern with Vada, and I've said this to Beats. Shout out to Beats. Too bad he couldn't be here. That I don't believe that Vada is what they say it is. What I believe is it's weaponized anti-doping for hire, blackmail. That's what I think it is. That they know who's using and who isn't, and it's kind of like I envision that Frank, if he wants to get a guy in trouble, he could go to Vada and tell him, yo, taint his test.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
Let me paint the picture for you. Povetkin, when he was about to fight Wilder, what happened?
He popped.
Dillian White, when he was about to become Wilder's mandatory challenger, what happened?
He popped.
It's too convenient. And then I look over at Benn, and I'm like, well, Benn's not about to attack a PBC fighter, so what's the end game? And I'm like, well, this kid has a ceiling, man. Like, he has potential, drawing power, even if you don't think he's that great a boxer. This kid stands a legitimate chance of becoming a big draw in the UK. And I don't think that I don't think that Frank want that. Because they don't have an answer for that. You don't have a young fighter like Conor. You don't. If that fight would have went through, he would have been a star right now.
Exactly. This is what I was gonna say, Jules. If this fight went, you don't understand how big this fight was in the UK. If it happened,
million pay-per-views, isn't it? Would have done.
Possibly, I would say 1.2, 1.3 million pay-per-views. Why? Because people know, I think, the Benn, and I think, you know, the name. They know the name.
Yeah.
They know the dads, bro. They 17 or 18 million people watch that fight.
Watch that,
bro, people from younger generation.
Hold on. Now you got to use your judgment here because timing is everything. You telling me that at a time when y'all going after Conor like he's Satan himself, it never got out that Khan tested positive right around that same time
I
too.
know.
That for 14 months,
Not only that, but has Conor's
last week they were shuttled in controversy with the Leonardo 2 thing. Like y'all approved her to fight
All
Katie
right,
Taylor.
hello.
They're making an example out of Conor.
Question though. Hey, let me ask this question, guys. Let me ask this question. Has Conor's dad even said one word about this? Because I haven't heard anything.
He has. He did.
He has.
My son's a clean fighter.
I'm telling you that the BBBOC, like for example, the BBBOC did to Leonardo 2 what this commission over here just did to Sanaa Agbeko. Sanaa Agbeko got fucked out of the Morrell fight this Saturday. And the rumor is the reason he got fucked out of the fight is because it would have costed more money to have Sanaa Agbeko in the fight with David Morrell than Yamaguchi Falcao. The allegation is that, you know what they did? They paid the commission to not approve him. I think about that. I think about Leonardo too, and I'm like, yo, y'all literally let this woman fight right here. Y'all didn't say nothing. So
maybe it got worse, the eye thing. That
she fought since then. There's no I'm gonna be real with you. I believe they paid them not the licensor. That's what I believe. And I believe this Conor Benn thing, I believe somebody's paying the BBBOC and Vada to nail him to the wall. That's what I believe.
Exactly. Don't give me that nonsense that the BBBOC can't be corrupt, or this organization that's so amazing, that we have to believe them and don't fuck off, bro.
Look at what they did with Tyson Fury, and I understand that it's I understand that it's a backdated ban. I get it that because he was gone for 2 years, they retroactively banned him. But you know what? Y'all didn't have it in for him the way y'all have it in for this kid. Bro, y'all trying to end his career.
So what do you think they'll do with Hoya then?
He'll be gone for a while. If the way it is with Vada, he'll be suspended probably for 6 months if he adheres to their provisions, because that's their protocol. Mm-hmm. It's a year ban, but if you cooperate, it's a 6-month ban. They'll reduce it to 6 months, just like what they did for Canelo. Canelo, the ban was a year, but because he cooperated, they lowered it to 6 months. So it's like he wasn't even banned at all, because the space in between fights is 6 months anyway. So it's like he was never banned. And with Conor, like I said, I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not about Peds. In the time y'all have been trying to burn him at the stake, a Frank Warren fighter tested positive. The fucking who else tested positive?
Ben Shalom.
Yeah.
Tete.
Y'all don't have the energy for none of this that y'all have for this kid. Like,
let's be honest. Fuck knows how many other fighters pop dirty.
That's what I was just about to say.
They just care less.
And we won't find out till a year later.
Exactly. Now the BBBOC have, like I just said, they have a chance to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. One, kill Eddie Hearn's next pay-per-view.
Think about
start.
this. This was the BBBOC's policy, and I remember this because I did a video about it when it comes to Dillian White. They do not assign guilt until there is adjudication.
Yeah.
And that's what the confidentiality is for, that if Oscar Rivas wasn't told about Dillian's adverse finding, it's because there could have been damages as a result of that if the fight doesn't go through and he decides to sue, yada, yada, yada. They keep it under wraps. That's why when Ryan Martin tested positive for a PED, it didn't come out until well after the Josh Taylor fight. Damn near a year after the Josh Taylor fight, because they have confidentiality. But with Conor, it's coming out as it happens. Like, yeah, man, we about to ban Conor, yo. He's provisionally suspended.
Exactly.
Yo.
The Tete's thing, what, after a year after the fight?
Bruh.
Yeah.
It's like something is
a year after the fight.
The way you're behaving with Conor is like you trying to slander him, you trying to drag his name in the mud, and this is in real time. Whereas with every other situation that I have seen, it don't come out until many months later.
Because they have to do their due process, and they allow.
They got to do their investigation, their adjudication.
Another thing we're not mentioning, the media, bro. They had
that was in America, that one, the man woman, the Jimenez man woman.
And the other thing we're saying, the media, bro, the way Talks for any of these, bro, IFL TV,
they went in on,
bro, they're making videos after videos.
If y'all care about Peds that much, the Zolani Tete situation should bother you more than the Conor Benn situation, because that dude got knocked the fuck out.
Did you see the interview? Did you see the interview? The way I think Simon Jordan was speaking to
him, and this is a fight where this is a fight that actually happened. Somebody was actually knocked out, and I'm thinking, okay, well, is the BBBOC about to reverse the outcome of that? Because now you know that Tete was hot, and when he knocked Cunningham out, he had banned substances in his system.
Should be no contest.
Like, exactly. It's going to be ruled.
Did they reverse the decision yet? No, because all y'all energy is for Conor for a fight that didn't even happen. Son.
That means I need to change my reports, because I've been.
Well, that's why though. Like they don't want to be held accountable for their real transgression, so they have to make an example out of this guy.
You know what though?
He's a bigger name. What's going to get headlines? Hold on. What's going to get Simon Jordan views? Conor Benn or fucking Zolani Tete?
Yep.
Zolani Tete.
Bro, look. I feel you on that. All I'm telling you is maybe you believe that they're cleaning up a small mess, but what I believe, honest to God, is this is a clandestine effort to end his career. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
why do I say that? You don't be going after people like this. You really don't. It's a joint effort between the BBBOC and UCAD and Simon Jordan and everybody so fucking like, bro, Gareth Davies and all his, it's wrong and it shouldn't happen. Aren't you the biggest Tyson Fury fan in the whole of the UK?
Yes, he is.
Hey, Jules.
The president for Nandrolone, that doesn't bother you.
Hey, Jules, who the hell did he piss off to make them go after him this freaking bad?
I'm trying to tell you the threat that Conor Benn posed.
Eddie,
the threat that he posed is he had literally the most potential to become the next big draw in the UK.
He had the highest ceiling. He had the highest ceiling.
There you go. He hit the nail on the head. If he was,
think about it, Sawab. If he goes
if
in
he
there,
was,
wait, Sawab. If he goes in there, he goes in there with Chris Eubank under those circumstances. We now know. Now we know because hindsight is 20/20. If he would have went in there and knocked out Chris, bro, he would have blew, bro.
Yeah.
He would have blew.
100%.
And Chris, as we see, Chris Eubank is knockoutable now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he was
so Conor Benn would have,
or if he was with Queensbury, if he was with Sky, you think this shit would have happened, Jules? Panel? If he was with Sky or Queensbury, would this shit happen?
No,
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
I believe. I do believe that
those are established promoters, though. That's what I'm saying. That's why they view Eddie as like the
new guy.
He's like, well,
Ben is more the new guy than Eddie.
Wait
a minute, Ben is more the new guy than Eddie.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that attacking Eddie by way of Ben gives them credibility because Eddie is a worldwide boxing figure. But he's not part of the establishment, though. He's not part of Sky and Queensbury, established boxing players. He's kind of an outsider, even though
that's the thing. That's the thing. The hypocrisy that Ben Shalom was in the fucking media slating Eddie Hearn for a year, for the last 8 months, knowing that he had fucking Amir Khan popped.
Because he has Sky behind him.
Yes.
All right. Now wait a minute. Now this is the point I'm making. How is it that since last year, since the summer of last year, they've been fucking, well, really since the fall.
Oh yeah.
They've been. Who shit is that?
Sorry, man.
Since last year, the whole conversation has been about Conor Benn and his pads, and this whole time. Ben was sitting on that, acting stupid. Yo, it's terrible. It's terrible that it's horrible. Gareth Davies, he should not be allowed to fight. Like, bro, like y'all got mad energy for Conor. Man, it's like y'all trying to pin that boy to the wall.
Yeah.
It's just simple. Look, when shit, that's it. All this nonsense is around one thing. Eddie Hearn matchroom fighters are held to a different standards compared to any of these bullshit
because they get credibility from going after them. Who's watching boxers?
So why is Ben Shalom saying that he can sue Eddie Hearn for defamation?
Because he has Sky behind him.
Yeah, but Eddie Hearn's not. What Eddie Hearn's saying is the facts. They knew. Fucking Ben Shalom knew. The Triple BC knew.
Because Eddie Hearn is the ugly stepchild of British boxing. He's not part of the elite.
You got it backwards, bro. You got it backwards. The reason they're going after Eddie is because he's getting too big.
Yeah.
That's why they're going after Eddie, not because he's.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Let me do this. Let me do this. Now, one, Ben is claiming that he could sue for defamation, but if you pay attention to the interview, Eddie didn't mention Ben by name. He said people knew. People.
Yeah.
He's covered. Like, he's covered. I saw that interview. He said people knew. Yada yada yada. He didn't say Ben Shalom knew. No. He didn't mention you by name, bro. He said people knew, and he's allowed to say that. I think freedom of speech is a thing in the UK, isn't it? Like, you have freedom of speech, right?
No, not like you guys. No.
It's not. Yeah, it's different.
Whoa, shit.
Yeah, you can get sued for shit.
Not for Eddie Hearn.
It's not a law. It's just something they're given. We can say.
It's Eddie Hearn. He's held to a different standard, so you know what I mean. He's not a normal person.
Yeah,
he is Jesus Christ himself.
Like they nailed him to the cross.
We're all entitled to believe what we believe, and I'm telling you, when I look at this, and I told Beats, I've said it before, I say it again.
Yeah,
they're setting them up. I believe I look at this. I see a setup. It looks like a setup. It reads like a setup.
Smells like a setup. It is a setup. Yeah.
Let me just say this to all you motherfuckers. Let me just say this to everyone that's listening. Whatever is in your destiny, in your fate, no motherfucker can take it away from you. If it's for Eddie Hearn, if it's for anyone on the panel, anybody in this world, if it's in your destiny, if it's written for you, and you're gonna fucking chase it no matter what, nobody can take it from you, bro.
It's not because, like for me, it's not because it's not like in Conor. It's not even.
No, I get
it's more like when I see how guys move. All these guys move the same way when they get caught. They all move the same way. Hell, Jean Pascal didn't even provide an explanation as to why 4 banned substances was in it.
He said, "Oops, oh my bad."
He did I don't know what.
I don't
know. Right? All these guys move the same way, and they're given an out. Like Povetkin was given an out, and he took it. The out that they gave him was meldonium had just been added to the banned list, and they didn't know how it behaved on a long enough timeline. So his explanation was, "Oh well, I took it right before it was on the banned list," and that was his out. They let him keep fighting, right? Yeah. With motherfucking Oscar. Oh well, it could have come from some herbal tea, and he took the out. Conor is the only idiot that they get, and I think you're being an idiot. Like if it's me, I'm going with it.
Why haven't people gone after Kyle Sarlin though? Like he's half the fight. He's half the reason that shit didn't get made. So why isn't he receiving any scrutiny?
Well, because there's not much liability for Kale.
He's receiving some backlash. He is over here a bit, yes, because he was.
But there's not much liability because how much control?
Because he was fully aware and still wanted the fight to go ahead.
Yeah, but so did Chris. Chris wanted the fight to go ahead.
Yeah, I know. So that's what I'm saying. He has received some backlash because of that as well. Sauerland. Yeah.
So look, when I see Conor, I'm like, bro, are you fucking stupid? The WBC is giving you an out. Just go with it. Go with it. Fuck it. Go with it.
Yeah, but it didn't make sense, Jules, because our eggs don't have Clomo in it like you guys' eggs does.
It's bro, he could.
He's rich.
He'd have to prove
Listen to me. In other words, if he were guilty and he needs an out, they just gave you one. If he were guilty, he would have took it. The fact that he didn't.
Sense because we don't have that in our eggs. And
listen, I hear you, but I'm saying that a guilty man would have took the out, even if it's stupid. Jarrell Miller blamed his peds on dick pills, okay?
Yeah.
He blamed his peds on dick pills. I'm telling you that if the guy's guilty, if he's using and he knows it, and he needs an alibi, they just gave you one. If you were guilty, you would have used it. You literally did the opposite.
Yeah, but Jules, I know you're going to rebut on this, but as us in the UK, if little old me did enough research to realise that is debunked. We don't have it in our eggs. We just don't. So even if they gave him that out, it would have been picked apart anyway, because everyone would have said, so was you shipping over American eggs then? Is that what you was doing? It wouldn't have made sense. They should have picked something else.
Okay, let me give you another example. This is a more brazen example that more people are not aware of, all right? Everybody claims that the hair test exonerated Canelo Alvarez, right? Because the hair test would have shown when he started using yada, yada, yada. Not realizing that hair testing is not protocol for a reason for that particular drug. Yeah. And it's because it's unreliable. Nevertheless, Canelo took the out. I'm innocent. I took the hair test. Knowing that the test is not reliable, Dr. Eichner, who was the head at the time, did the test. He told him, this test is not reliable for clenbuterol, not when it comes to light-colored hair like Canelo's. But did Canelo take the out? Yes.
But it couldn't be.
But to Chan's point, like clenbuterol is in Mexican beef. Like it's in it's in every single fucking cow in Mexico. So he does have an out that way.
So he has an out.
Guys, listen.
Bro, all them guys have an out.
Conor Benn doesn't have an out using eggs as a UK-based fighter.
Lads,
he just doesn't have
what he says, I was in Grenada training. I was in Granada.
He could say I was in
America. If he was in America training.
He could say I had special imported eggs from wherever. It's not about the eggs. It's more along the lines of a guilty man is gonna take the out, whatever out you give him.
Could have said I had dinosaur eggs.
He could have said those. You got a guy who literally said I ate uncastrated boar balls, and he took the out.
Yeah, but that
Tyson
makes
Fury.
sense because in Mexico they do have that. They do
it's
have
like
that.
it's
But
endemic in their cows.
It
Basically.
just doesn't make sense for Jules. It just doesn't make sense for that out to be given for a UK-based fighter. It doesn't.
Listen, guys. I'm
straight
just gonna
away.
say this. Yeah, at the end of the tunnel, I can see beautiful light, and what I see, Conor Benn having an amazing fucking career. As he's gonna come a year, 2 years after, he's gonna come back. He will be, mark my words, the biggest flipping pay-per-view star. And I think he's going to be next after AJ and Canelo.
So you
I
guys
can say
think
this.
he didn't take it all, even though you saw him standing next to Felix Cash, looking ripped and shred to the gods, looking like he was juiced up to the gills.
Listen, that's not the point. If he's taking it or not, the point is he's been held to a different standard.
I know,
for
and
others.
that one I agree
Look,
with. But
I don't like hypocrisy. I don't like
no, I
hypocrisy.
agree.
If the sport is that clean and that amazing, I wouldn't have mind. I will nail him to the cross myself.
You want to keep the same
that's
energy.
Not happening. Yeah, I want to keep the same energy, and people should keep the same energy.
Yeah, my stance is exactly what you guys are saying. Is the delivery of it, the protocol, how they dealt with it was fucked up. But for me, I think he, knowingly or unknowingly, I think he was on a course of steroids and then the clomiphene. I really do, because you looked at his body and you could see that was unnatural. You could see.
Let's play devil's advocate. I'm going to play devil's advocate, right? I'm going to say Conor Benn is juicing, right? I think the whole sport is juicing. That's my belief, right? I actually think the whole sport is juicing.
I don't.
And I believe that when someone gets popped, it's because they're set up. It's not because of A, B, C, and D. It's because they basically set you up. How they set up Hoya because he was too risky for Rolly. I've maintained they want to put that belt in Rolly's hands because there's more money in Rolly having it than Puello. Nobody knows Puello.
I think because Joe, could I interject?
That's that one. I'm not gonna lie. That one confuses me. That happened. I can only deduce because I think he was on clenbuterol. It makes perfect sense. Yeah. You went from 160 up to 164. Then you came back down for the Golovkin fight or whatever, right? It makes perfect sense that you would have been on clenbuterol. So
and it makes perfect sense for Conor Benn for going from 147 to 154. Now,
this is what I'm saying. Whether he's guilty, I'm going to assume, okay, let's just say Conor's guilty. He knows he's guilty, whatever. I'm with Sawab that, okay, you're not keeping the same energy then.
Yeah, I'm with that as well. The same energy is not being kept. It doesn't mean that he didn't.
You can, to be honest, based on a picture, when you can edit the fuck out of it, you can add filters, you can, based on a picture, you're making these many judgments.
But he put it out.
Genuine. Look, the picture's genuine. Here's the thing. This is how I know.
No, he could have edited himself to make it look big.
Wait. Nobody gives a fuck about Peds, because if they gave a fuck about Peds, they wouldn't be ranking Tyson Fury #1.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Nobody cares about Peds. Hey. In other words, the same people that are lambasting Conor Benn for this, you don't care about doping in the sport, because if you did, you wouldn't be rejoicing over Tyson Fury.
Or do I care? I'm not sure if I care or do I care.
I'm being real. I don't care. You know why I don't care? When Chris Eubank Jr. found out about the clomiphene, didn't he want to go through with the fight anyway? If he don't care, why the fuck should I care?
Exactly. And another thing is, right now in boxing, we do not know, let's be honest, we do not know 100%, and we will never know 100% until
Anthony
we get proper government.
Well, Anthony Joshua is one of the...
Eubank was probably like, nah, the shit I'm taking is way stronger than that. It's cool.
That's what I was about to say, Julio. That I'm like, why would... Wait a minute. If I'm a fighter and I'm out here killing myself to make this weight for this man, and you tell me that I'm clean, right? I'm supposed to be clean. And you telling me, he was using some shit while I'm out here dying to make this weight. If I'm clean, I'm not going to fight him anyway. I'm going to fucking sue him. Unless I'm not clean either. I'm using some shit. Like, look, you go ahead. Can we fight anyway? Because I'm trying to get this money. I'm on my shit.
He's like clomiphene's for pussies. I'm on some shit 20 times stronger than that.
Exactly. Wait. What I'm saying, people are always talking about
hold on. Do y'all remember
AJ's on the clip? AJ's on the 365 days.
It doesn't, Chad. It does not matter. The thing is, if something comes out tomorrow from the UCAD or Vada and it says, AJ, boom, he has 20 fucking steroids on it, or 4, or he has this, he has that on it, are you gonna believe it? I don't think I would believe it.
Some things are circumstantial though. I believe Canelo. I believe Canelo 100% that he's innocent because I know about Mexican sports and how big of an issue it is there.
Bro, I know that the soccer team, they're to clear their name, it was more rigorous. They sent out a team to go to the restaurant where they went to test the meat that they ate that night, right? Yeah. That's what it all stems from. And I'm just telling you, it makes perfect sense that Canelo and I'm not judging him. Like, no, the whole sport is dirty. I'm not judging him. I'm saying that you have a guy who he just fought at middleweight. He goes up to 164 for Chavez. He comes back down. He doesn't lose any muscle mass. He's in great. The way he fought Golovkin, he all of a sudden he developed legs. Canelo Alvarez was a fighter that had a reputation for having heavy feet. But in the Golovkin fight, he's gliding across the ring.
But
not even tired.
Fucking a clenbuterol cycle is not going to give you good footwork.
Clenbuterol is also a vasodilator that opens up the airway so you don't get tired, along with allowing you to lose fat without losing muscle.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, but when 115-year-old soccer players test positive for the same shit at the World Cup that's held in Mexico, at the under-17 World Cup in Mexico, does a fucking 17-year-old, a 16-year-old need clenbuterol to perform?
No.
All right, I'll put it to you another way. At or around the time that this was all said to have taken place, right? This guy wasn't in Mexico. He was in San Diego. His gym is in San Diego.
Yeah. He's trained in Mexico as well, though.
He wasn't on the other side of the border, bro.
He trains in Mexico as well.
Well, around that time, he was in San Diego. That I know. Around that time.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
So beef isn't important from Mexico?
He's importing beef from Mexico when he's in San Diego.
No. I'm talking just generally speaking. Beef is imported from Mexico. And Eddie Reynolds's a butcher by trade. So it's like... I believe him, honestly. Like,
I don't
believe you.
Bro, I'm okay with it. I'm cool.
I don't care if he did do it. Like, I
wouldn't care if he did.
Wait. Y'all remember that Caleb?
Rate him.
Y'all remember Caleb? Y'all remember Caleb didn't mind? You a drug cheat. You
still fought him.
Exactly.
And you still fought him. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wilder still fought Fury.
Fucking where else would he make $10 million?
Mia St. John, when Canelo got popped, Mia St. John, who was already retired, she dropped a bombshell. She said she knows a bunch of fighters that are using, and they never get caught. That's what she said when he got caught. And I didn't understand it then, what she's trying to say. But now I get it. Bro, the whole sport is using.
It's almost like if you do get caught, that's just their way of them selling you out. Like, okay, we got to cash in.
Yeah, they got to clean it up because we can't let it be known that what we are doing. We're letting everybody use everything out here. And if they die, they die. It is what it is.
A lot of boxers off the record have told me that they believe that Manny Pacquiao was definitely juicing throughout his whole. They said you can't be an 8 division champ and like get better as you get older like that. Knocking
for
people
years,
out.
Paulie Malignaggi was adamant about that.
Yeah,
and the truth.
He was the one that told me. Actually. I thought it was off record, but he said it on record as well.
The truth is somewhere in the middle with Manny. Look, you could give Manny the same pad. You could give Paulie the same pads that you gave Manny. He won't be an 8 division champion, bro. You could give him the same whatever Manny was on. Give Paulie that shit. I bet you he won't be an 8 division champion.
Yeah, that's like that dude with the bicycle race. What was his name?
Exactly, Jude.
You gotta know how to use it.
Yeah, we need to take this shit out of mind. Pads are not.
It's like super soldier serum. It amplifies the hero in you.
Yeah.
So if you give Manny some pads. Wait, shut up. If you give Manny some pads where before he might have just been a 4 division champion, he turns into an 8 division champion. That's it. If you give Paulie them same pads, he's gonna become an 8 division champion.
But have you seen the difference when it looks like that Manny
Armstrong.
When Manny
like
had
everyone
to
at
do
the Tour de
Vada,
France was juicing,
when Manny had
won.
to do Vada, did you notice the difference in his performance? That knockout stopped.
Yeah, I mean the same way I noticed that there was a difference in Margarito's performance once it came out. Plaster of Paris in his raps. I'm cool, bro, because you know what listen, you know what I'm not here for? I'm not here for angels. I'm not here for I'm not here for that. You know what I'm here for? To see people get punched in their face. That's literally why I'm here.
But I guess you have to still take the side of that. It is a very dangerous sport, and you don't need to be.
They're the ones doing it, Chan. Don't play them a violin when they are complicit. Chris knew. Chris knew that Conor tested positive. Did he want to fight anyway? Yes. Ask yourself, why?
For the money. Dinero.
And?
Ya tú sabes.
And? Because you're using
you might be using.
Do you think I believe that Chris Eubank Jr. was making that weight clean? Absolutely
no, he had
not.
Diuretic shit. Yeah, that.
Listen, and another thing people need to get the fuck out their mind. These peds, they're not fucking miracle tablets.
They're not.
They're not miracle
For
tablets.
example, Amir Khan took them pads and got the shit beat out of him.
Yeah, but he didn't get dropped.
He didn't get
dropped. It helped his chin,
Ryan Martin took them testosterone. He took testosterone.
Yeah, but
that's
Jules,
not making weight. That was so you could be aggressive. And he got the shit beat out of him.
Okay,
hey, look at Fernando Vargas when he popped.
Amir Khan didn't get dropped. The peds helped his chin. I tell you that.
Look at Fernando Vargas.
I'm just saying that you took a performance in his. You took a performance enhancing drug, and that is how you performed.
It enhanced his chin. We all know Amir Khan has got glass jaw. Listen, he got caught flush. His legs was everywhere.
We all know Deontay.
He didn't go over. That is the performance enhancement drugs that helped his.
We all know.
All right, I'm gonna tell you. No, wait, one at a time. One, ain't no pet in the world gonna do nothing for your chin.
Yeah,
it's
well, that's what you think.
It's not, because what knocks people out has nothing to do with peds.
No,
if you get
adrenaline.
Listen. If you get hit, what knocks people out is when they get hit, their head turns this way, but their brain goes that way inside of their skull. That's what knocks them out. There is no ped you're gonna take that's gonna stop that.
Yeah, punch.
Yeah. A dick pill can't take care of your pussy.
It builds up punch resistance.
The only reason I think that it wasn't worse for Amir Khan is because look at the version of Kell Brook that you're fighting. It was at welterweight.
Yeah, but Amir Khan's
been over the hill too.
Yeah, but Amir Khan's been floored by non-punchers.
Yeah, but you're fighting an old, past it Kell Brook.
He still got caught.
Now, if they'd have went up to win, let's say
fighting Kell Brook from fucking 2014, he's over the hill too.
But now, like, let's say if the fight was a 154, Kell would have knocked his ass out. That I believe. That I believe.
You go. I think he would have knocked the Amir Khan out at 54 because that was always I seen him fight Marcus DeLuca at 54. This was before the Khan fight.
Oh, he was on point in that fight.
He was fast. He looked like he found a fountain of youth. But at 47, that fight with Khan was at 47, bro.
He looked like he was on the same page Khan was on at one.
Exactly. He was on
Dominic Ingle Gym, bro. Act like you know.
Yeah. It's all dirty.
All them guys at the Ingle Gym. These is all fat guys. Billy
Kell Brook sweat. It's all the rage.
Billy Joe Saunders. Yeah, he's a fat guy. Blows up.
Hey, Joe, Stephen O in the chat says he's trying to make a super chat, but he thinks he's banned. It won't let him for some reason.
Let me read these super chats. Let me just say, lots of Mexicans don't root for Ryan, but the more Leonard speaks, the more I'm leaning towards Ryan. Add the whole catch weight and rehydration bullshit, and I low-key want Ryan to win. That's where I'm at. Motherfucking Ryder says, the Mexicans that hate Ryan not speaking Spanish are the same ones that order food in English at a Mexican.
Can I get a fountain drink?
Yo, B.
Look, I mean, is that really that bad? Like, if you go to Pan Express, do you order in fluent Mandarin? Like, relax.
No,
I do.
What? Y'all, wait, let me tell y'all a funny story right quick. At my job, right, I get calls, and my coworkers speak Spanish. They're like, I got a Spanish caller, so I said, hey, you take the Spanish call? You might? Oh, yeah, sure. Then she starts speaking Spanish, right? Then she goes, Alex, like, why did you transfer that call to me? I'm like, what do you mean? I thought that was a Spanish speaker. All he did was speak English. I have no idea.
Will said I would wait. I got more. Will said I would pay my whole bank account to see Jules versus Simon Jordan. It would be the most one-sided debate since Fart Man.
I know,
bro. You got Dev Sonny, bro. He did not keep the same energy.
Bro, you cooked Art Man. That shit was
would
beautiful.
cook him as well.
Well, I didn't look. Dev's look. I just asked Dev a simple question. If you want me to give Daniel Dubois the benefit of the doubt after that showing with Kevin Lorena, why don't you give AJ that?
He bottled it because he likes to talk crazy on Twitter, but in person, nah, fucking nuts shrunk.
Yeah, I mean, Liam said, Chan, one sample was tested 3 times. It passed twice. Samples are only supposed to be tested once. Conor will be licensed by the Queensland Combat Commission. We'll see.
But did I say that?
Is that real?
Did I say that? He's supposed to only be tested once. He was tested 3 times.
All right. He's getting that from, like, I know where he got that from, and that is what Conor said, which is true, which is it's like, it's compelling. I'm not going with it. It's just that if that's true, which is what I've maintained, that's compelling. You're only supposed to test the sample once. You tested it, it came back clean. How do you justify testing it 2 more times after that?
Yeah. And then it comes dirty on the 3rd time.
That's what I'm just saying, based on what you telling me that the provision, the protocol is you tested it once, it was clean, you move on. Why were they still testing it after that?
So there is a chance that it was contaminated then.
Just saying.
Someone was digging in their ass before they handled his.
Maybe somebody scratched their booty hole.
Ew.
Before handling his sample.
He said Julio's one-liners is fire.
Appreciate it.
Julio, you got a fan out here. You got a fan, bro.
I appreciate it.
Julito Ortega says, this motherfucker said rancor. He really is.
I don't even know what that word is, mate.
Rancor is another way of saying hostility. I know that it's used actually more in Spanish. Rancor. It's used more in Spanish. You rarely ever hear it in English, but that's what rancor is. It's hostility.
Okay, yeah.
It's another way of saying malice. And like I said, when I look at how the BBBOC is acting with this kid, bro, that's not y'all doing y'all job. That is plain old rancor. Like, y'all mad at him or something. Like, I don't know who daughter he shagged or who cat he ran over in the driveway, but somebody is upset, bro.
Is that an English word as well, though? Is that an English word as well, though, Jules?
I believe it's a RANKOR, unless I'm mistaken.
I've never heard that before.
I'm about to look it up right now.
Jules, thanks to you, one word I've been using a lot is chicanery.
Oh, okay. It's not K, it's C. It's RANCOR. Bitterness or resentfulness, especially when long-standing.
Wow,
nice.
Rancor.
Julito said, all right, let me go to the next one. Will said, why is everybody cutting Jules off before he even gets some words? Hey, man, I'll be trying to hold it down, man. Listen, man.
Hey, Jules, I just want to say, luckily today, I think you broke a world record. You did not say, whose mic is that?
Yeah, I'm trying to
right?
that.
No, he said it once.
But look, man, I'm just telling y'all that kid is being set up, whether you believe he really used something or he didn't. What I still see a setup. Like, nah, y'all got it out for him. I just don't know why. Is it because somebody paid y'all, or is it because the story got leaked to the media and now you're trying to save face? Because that's more or less what Julio's saying, that this is all about making an example out of Conor to regain credibility. That's more or less what Julio thinks. I think something
paid them off.
That's what I think. I'm like, yo, who would benefit from Conor Benn not being allowed to box in the UK? Who would benefit from that?
I think even worse, bro. I think all the promoters got together and said, let's fuck Eddie Hearn up.
That's going on. Listen, remember when Lou DiBella, by the grace of God, somehow found the money to win the purse bid for Buatsi versus Pascal?
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
That's what that was. That's not Lou DiBella's money. That was Frank Warren's money. And where was the fight gonna go? To Queensbury.
But you remember the time Eddie lost the purse bid for Parker Andre too by the skin of his teeth as well?
What I'm saying is that they don't need to conspire to fuck him over. Like, he's already the outsider. He's already the guy that doesn't get along with him.
And Frank Warren already bailed out the Triple BC from going bankrupt.
Yes, because
so
Eddie's a new. He's like, even though he's the son of a guy,
you can't keep calling him the new kid on the block.
Like he is though. Like he doesn't have the same establishment backing that fucking Ben Shalom has in Sky. And as a matter of fact, he spat in their face. He said, "Fuck you. I don't need you to be a global, because I want to be a global name. I don't want to just be the king of England."
Bro, I'm gonna tell you.
He's had Frank Warren by the nuts for years. Like, of course.
But Frank owns them. Any favor that he bailed them out, multi-millions of pounds.
Yes.
Any favor
and Eddie would never do that because, like, come on, he's always been an outsider. He's always been an outsider.
I'm saying is,
you can't say the son of Barry Hearn is an outsider, bro.
Barry, he talks. Hold on, 1 sec. He talks candidly about how much Frank Warren and fucking Bob Arum and all these other promoters would treat Barry Hearn like a piece of shit. Like they treated him like a nobody. And how he saw that coming up. So he has that. He has that sort of like, you know.
He has that motivation.
He has that bonus.
Who's seen Lucky Number 7 with Josh Hartnett and Morgan Freeman? Nobody seen that?
Mm-mm.
That's what that sound like. Like, oh, so this is vengeance because they treated your father like shit.
Yeah.
I dig it. I can see that.
Oh, if you ever had Eddie on, ask him about it. I'm pretty sure
that's a very feasible concept, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
like his dad was always his dad was an outsider, and he's even a bigger outsider.
But he was still, even though he was an outsider, he made more than what Frank Warren.
Yeah. And that's why they don't like him.
That's why they don't like him.
Bro, Espinoza hates him because he came into America with $1 billion and fucking was fucking up the market, like giving people big paydays. But he established himself in America. Now he's another rival for them, and they're in the shitter.
You know what the weird shit is that
of course they don't like him.
They're still in denial about it. Like it's so fucking weird. Like, what do you think? If you repeat yourself, it'll come true. He is outselling you in America.
Yes.
He has Canelo.
So of course they don't like him. They don't need to conspire to like try and fuck Eddie over. They have to try because Matchroom's taken over.
No, what it is, it's easier than what you're saying. It is. Listen, Frank Warren bailed out the Triple BC out of multi-millions of pounds. When Frank Warren needs a favor, they will be indebted to do it. So
what I'm saying is an extension of that is because Frank has that relationship with them because he is established. He is the establishment in England as far as boxing goes. Like his name is respected in that way.
No. Wait, let me listen. I've been wait a minute. I've been British all my life, and let me tell you one motherfucking thing. Let me tell you one motherfucking thing. Till that fat bag of milk came back, Frank was fucked, bro. Matchroom was boxing in the UK. Frank wasn't doing shit, bro. I'm telling you. So for you to say, like, I get where you're coming from, that Frank has the relationships, yes, and he has the Rolodex, but as far as the institution, nah, son. The institution was Matchroom. Like, they had all the action, bro. Everything.
Frank Warren was big in the 80s and the 90s.
But that's what I'm saying, though. He's established. He goes back that far. Matchroom doesn't, though. I agree with what you're saying, but I'm saying in terms of just being an institution, a lasting institution.
Yeah, but
British
how
boxing.
new is Matchroom? I mean, come on.
Matchroom is not new. Like, Matchroom
they did other sports, too. Wow. They were doing other sports.
Like 40 years.
But they're still new compared to the other companies, aren't they?
Not really, no.
No, because Barry Hearn was first, right? In the British thing. Frank Warren was the Eddie Hearn. He was rivaling. He came in fresh face and was rivaling Barry Hearn. And then when Barry Hearn had the heart attack, Eddie Hearn came in and he was the fresh face one. No, Barry Hearn was the one that was there first.
Let me answer this. See, this is what I say when people say this, Karma. My thing is when the Canelo Alvarez had to make a decision who he gonna rock with, he didn't go to Bob and he didn't go to Al. That is an indictment on them because he's the money man. And when he wanted to be promoted right, he went to the British guy. So I don't look at it as a cheat code. That dude had to make a decision what he feels is best for him. And he didn't go with none of y'all. He went with Eddie. That make y'all look bad because in theory, he should have went with y'all. He didn't.
Because it's a new era. Those established names destroyed American boxing. Why the fuck would Canelo sign with them? I love that he didn't do it.
Yeah, and then when he went to Eddie, what did he say? Going to Eddie was one of the best decisions he's made. They get on well. Eddie does what he says he's going to do. There's no backdoor deals like what Oscar De La Hoya was doing. He likes working with Eddie, and they were pissed. Frank Warren's pissed off. You've got the cash cow from the US, Mexico, and you've got Anthony Joshua and then you've got Conor Benn trying to come up. Now we got to fuck you over, mate.
You got to think about what's going on. You got an outfit that went from a domestic British outfit to a global outfit that does shows anywhere from America, Mexico, Saudi, Uzbekistan, Australia, Milan, Spain, and the UK, right? They have Saudis helping them do fights.
Right.
Whoa, the dude got too big. They are conspiring against him.
They're jealous.
That Benn fight was gonna be huge. The Benn and Eubank fight. That was
any fight with fucking Eddie promoting it is gonna be big.
He had all. Think of this: you've got Canelo, you've got Conor Benn, you've got Anthony Joshua. Come on, they was pissed.
You gotta think about it, right? Lou DiBella is the same guy that was clutching his pearls over Conor Benn. But as soon as he got an opportunity to sign Jean Pascal, that's exactly what the fuck he did. And he tried to use that to poach a matchroom fighter. Yeah. And you conspiring with a British promoter to do it. You were gonna sell the fight to Frank.
Right,
well, y'all was laughing about it on Twitter. They both was. Wink, wink. I remember. So if you saying that they're not conspiring, yes, the fuck they are.
Trying to blackball him.
See, I think on like a minor level like that, like trying to win a purse bet. I'm sure they do that all the time, but I'm talking about more broadly speaking. Like I don't think fucking Frank Warren's wearing a robe and he's meeting Bob Arum in a cave and shit, and they're like figuring out how
listen, it's a bridge near Parliament. I can guarantee you right now, Frank is under that bridge with Bob and Lou and Mick Hennessy.
Yeah, and Al Heyman.
Al Heyman.
And some gargoyles.
Yeah.
I'm British. There's some gargoyles there.
It's literally called the Who Needs Eddie Club.
Yeah.
Because you got a guy like what? All right, let me break it down.
Robert Smith.
They're meeting in the Hall of Doom.
Let me break it down for you like this. Steve Kim was on here and he said it once. I remember he said it that when DAZN debuted in America and Matchroom came over here, a lot of people had to start signing their fighters to exclusivity deals that disrupted the market to ensure that they wouldn't float over to DAZN. And that created a lot of instability for them. It made their jobs harder because now you got to make sure the fighter don't leave. So you have to give him a big cash incentive that every time he gets out there, Crawford is the most crude example.
Yeah.
You got to give him a huge cash incentive that every time he gets out there, this is your minimum. That's a big part of the reason why Stefan Espinoza is so mad. Like, you tried to take our fighters. He's still talking about that shit. He just did an interview.
After they did that shit to Golden Boy, you
exactly
rat. Like you fucking rat.
Hypocrite.
The only difference between what Al Heyman did and what DAZN did, because I don't put it all on Eddie, that was DAZN's aggressive strategy to break the American.
But it's also totally valid though. Like that's the definition of a free market. What they were doing was disrupting the market. If you can't afford to pay that fighter, let him go.
This is the thing. Al did that, right? And the whole crop spoiled. See, you did the same thing that they did, but you spoiled the crop. They did it and they're thriving. How do I know? They're growing, bro. The markets that they cater to. It went from 9. When they came here to America, they were only catering to 9 markets. It's up to it's anywhere in between 170 to 200 now.
Yeah.
They've only grown since then.
Global.
Al, you just got smaller and smaller and smaller. Now everything is behind a paywall because you don't have a fucking budget.
Matchroom's on clomiphene. Like they just can't stop getting stronger.
Yeah,
like Goku, bro. They keep training and training.
He's literally like, okay, I'm gonna set up shop in Australia now, just for fun,
just for the fuck of it, bro. Why the fuck not?
And then you make a whole brand new market with Saudi Arabia. Frank Warren was pissed. They was pissed.
Remember what Eddie said to date. Those Saudis, right? Mm-hmm. They can save boxing, believe it or not, which is a separate conversation. But the main thing is, who's the one of all these promoters transatlantically, all these big wigs, all these big old guys with all this money? Who's the one doing shows in Saudi?
Eddie.
Espinosa was complaining about it today. Like, bro, don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, if you're mad that he can have that bailout just in case to get a big fight done, it's your problem.
You make that connection. The funniest shit is you wish that you had them to subsidize your fights. Because if you understand the deal structure, it's fucking beautiful. You're telling me you're going to pay these guys these ridiculous amounts of money and it doesn't have to come from our budget? Right. Sign me up! Right. Because then that means we'll have a surplus. At the end of the year, we'll have more money to make more fights. You fucking wish they would do that shit with y'all. But this is what I've been saying. For example, Crawford versus Spence is not that big a fight. How do I know? No. Saudis don't want it.
The Saudis don't.
If some obscure Saudi prince with a pet cheetah cared enough about Errol Spence, that fight would have got me.
Over marinated. That's why it's taken way too long, and nobody's got interest in it no more.
The Saudis would sooner pay to have Eddie Hearn wrestle Frank Warren in a tub of mayonnaise than pay for that fucking fight.
I wonder why.
Oh my god, the visual on that is horrible.
I wonder why, though, Jules. I wonder why.
Man, you've been talking to Mirage too long.
Minute of time, fellas. Yeah. Go ahead.
Jules, I wonder why the Saudis don't want Spence Crawford. Do they think that they won't make money off it?
It's not that. It's not that big.
Don't give a shit about them.
I'm telling you right now, it's not that. Look, it sounds weird because we're boxing fans and these are supposed to be relevant players to us. So you have to look at it in terms of numbers, and that'll tell you the story. Errol has never cracked 500,000 buys. Crawford even less. These guys, I'm sorry, they're not important.
They're not stars.
They can literally only run Errol out in his hometown in order to make money.
Now, AJ, for all his faults and all his pros and all his cons, when that motherfucker moves, the world watches. If he eat his soup a certain way, the next day, Daily Mail is AJ don't eat Oreos and his shit. He don't use the soup cool like whatever he does.
Thank you, Jules. I appreciate that compliment.
He ain't got enough brown sauce.
He was letting his cookies get too
AJ don't use HP brown sauce.
Do they only care about heavyweights? Then the Saudis look like they're
no, because they cared about for whatever reason, they cared enough about Bivol versus Ramirez for whatever reason.
Yep.
Make of that what you will. But what I see is that look, the fights that they take over there. These are international players, is what I see. I've maintained now that Errol versus Bud is local, bro. That's nickel and diamond. That's not a big fight. There's a lot of reasons why it's not a big fight, but the moral of the story is that's not a big fight.
Sad.
Now I could give you the long version that A, B, C, and D, but the end result is it's not that big a fight. If you do it now, I'm just telling you, in America, I'm not confident it does 1 million buys.
Does it do even 5?
I don't know.
See?
Who are we relying on to buy it? That's what it all boils down to. Errol supposedly has all these fucking fans. Well, where were they when he fought Ugas? It only did 225 buys. That's the ballpark. Right. This man has not fought in a year. And y'all didn't show up and show out for him. Wilder, this motherfucker, he goes out there, he fights Hellenius under 100,000. Where are his fans?
His fans are waiting outside for comp tickets.
They're streaming.
Yeah, that's hilarious, bro.
Actually,
didn't Tim Smith say that they would steal it?
The Saudis are prepared to pay Conor Benn versus Manny Pacquiao in Saudi Arabia.
Bro, I'm sure Australia would take Conor Benn because he's technically from there.
Yeah, he could fight over there. His dad lives over there. That's where his dad is.
Well, he grew up there. Well, kind of between that and Spain.
When World War III breaks out, that's where I'm going. I'm going to fucking New Zealand. I'm going to live in the mountains, bro. They speak English over there. I'll be fine.
I thought you were going back to your home planet.
Maybe. I'll see.
Okay.
I thought you was leaving the earth.
You see that shit? Man, it seemed like you really thought I was going to...
Yeah.
Listen, man. The whole point is that they fuck with a lot of international shit is what I kind of noticed. That's what the Saudis seem to have a vetted interest in. Moreover, Drew said it better than I did. Len Blavatnik is a billionaire. Prince Khaled is a billionaire. These guys know each other, and a lot of what is happening is based on that relationship because they have other business endeavors aside from this boxing shit. They have other things they do together. Bob, you don't be hanging out with that guy. Frank, bitch, please.
Yeah.
Stefan, ho, please. Please, bro. You fucking wish you had them in your back pocket to subsidize your fights. You wish, because you would literally be able to deliver content to Showtime at no cost to you. It wouldn't even be coming out of your budget. They'd be paying for it.
I mean, you can never watch Showtime.
We can't even watch Showtime in the UK. We can't.
You guys are so lucky.
The money to pay the fighters on Showtime, you know, that's supposed to come from the budget. Well, what if you had a billionaire buddy? Hey, I'll pay those motherfuckers and you can show the fight. I'll pay those motherfuckers and you can still show it on your platform. You would love it. You wish. Because then money and schedules, this scarcity, you know, the reason that fighters aren't fighting that often when it comes to that outfit was because you don't have the budget to keep them busy. It's shrinking. But if you could create a surplus by a wealthy third party, that's what they're doing over there at Boxer. That's what that is. Now, it's not a billionaire, but somebody, I suspect Danny Kaye, somebody is giving them money. Because look at the Lawrence Okoli shit. Look at the Buatsi shit. What are you paying these guys? Because they're not worth it. They're not worth it.
They're not. They're just poaching Eddie's old fighters.
And you're making them promises about money because you have and Eddie said it himself, they have a third party backer because these guys commercially, they don't sell like that.
They're going to fizzle out soon. I think soon you're going to see like what Jack Catterall just did. A lot of people are going to start leaving because the wells are going to dry up.
And by the way, what's Boatsi's next fight?
Stippian.
I got a feeling he's going to lose to that guy.
Who's he fighting?
Stippian. The guy Callum Smith was going to fight.
That's a 50-50 fight.
Just imagine if he lost to that dude.
Bruh, if he lose, I'm listening.
If he lose,
bro.
No.
So what do you think about? So what do you think about the four heavyweights fighting in Saudi? Is that going to be a problem? Because I'm already hearing Tyson Fury's already outpriced himself.
I believe that two of them may fight. Two of them.
Eddie said Wilder's on board, AJ's on board, Usyk's on board. He said, but Fury is problems.
I believe that
always going to be problems, man.
See, this is the thing. This is just me. Make of it what you will and see if it pans out. The Saudis want Fury to fight Usyk. Fury does not want to fight Usyk before he fights AJ. That's what I believe. The Saudis' plan is for AJ to fight Wilder.
Yeah.
They want him to fight Wilder. That's what they're saying, that they want him to fight Wilder as the co-main to the main, which is Fury versus Usyk. I believe if Fury's making waves, it's because he wants AJ first. Whether or not he'll get him, I'm not that optimistic.
Okay, what if the Saudis were like, okay, fuck you, fuck Tyson then, like, we don't need you to make this card is still going to be massive. Who do you else think could step in and be that fourth heavyweight?
Zhang versus Usyk.
Yeah.
Mandatory now.
Good enough for me.
Two southpaws.
Yep.
Chinese viewers.
What if we got the AJ Ruiz trilogy?
We don't really care about that.
I could go for I said it. I could go for that. They both won emphatically. That is a real trilogy.
We need a tiebreaker.
Ruiz won emphatically in the first fight. AJ won emphatically.
He won. Ruiz won emphatically.
Emphatically.
I agree.
He won in a fat way.
But I heard for the four fighters in Saudi, the Saudis have offered 400 million, and Tyson Fury wants 150 million out of that 400 million. Already pricing himself out.
He's gonna screw up. I mean, like, look, and I saw Alexis talking about this shit. And I'm like, if you screw that pooch, I'll tell you what, if the Saudis make a miracle happen and AJ shares the ring with Wilder and they find Usyk someone to fight, if you're not part of that show, the backlash you're gonna get. If you thought that this is gonna look like a cakewalk, this shit that just happened, this is gonna look like a cakewalk.
Bro, honestly, I think they should call his bluff because, bro, he's not gonna get a payday like even close to that anywhere else.
He gets tsunami wave.
If it's about the money, then like you might as well just say yes.
It's not. I don't think, but bro, I'm just telling you that I don't think it's about the money. I firmly believe
he don't want to fight Usyk.
Doesn't want to fight Usyk.
Doesn't want to fight Usyk. Yep.
You know, it's such a damn shame that he just screws everything up like that, man.
Religion.
I mean, like you got to be real that it's a miracle that they're still even in the conversation. And what isn't being said, right? That fight is not even $100 million fight. They're literally offering you, just you, $100 million.
Yeah,
and that's a fucking miracle. Because if you two fought in the UK, that's not $100 million fight. If you fought in the US, oh, it's even less than that.
Yeah,
this is after.
They're already paying you in excess, not of what you're worth, what the whole goddamn fight is worth.
Yeah.
So $100 million should do it.
And this is after he stood to make $60 million from them already.
But he wants 150, and I think that's what he asked for when it was separate deals with him and Usyk. I believe that was the money that he wanted in the first place was 150, and that's why they said no. So now he's asking for 150 million again.
If they did that tournament, it would go worldwide, dude. Imagine the money it would make.
Well, it's one card. They want to do both fights on the same night.
Listen, I'm being real with you. Look, if the value of the show, and this is all preliminary, if the value of that show is $400 million in guaranteed purses, you must just like spending money because you're not going to make that back. I know that. I did the numbers.
No,
you're not making that back.
No, they're just doing it
unless the pay-per-view price is $150 to $200 for the show. If that's the price point, maybe you make. And I'm being real. Maybe you make.
I think they're just doing it because they can, Jules, and they want to just create some.
That has to, because I did. I'm like, bro, you would have to listen.
Or it's like a luxury event where they're charging like $1 million a ticket or some shit.
It has, because I'm like, listen, bro. You would, at the price point, without any alterations and nuances, at the price point in the UK, you would have to sell 10 million pay-per-views.
Yeah, because we're paying £30.
Wow. And in America, you would have to sell just
$300
well in excess of $1 million. What, to cover 400 million? Yes.
You'd have to have like $300 for the PPV.
Listen, you got the price point is $300, and you got to pour a little bit of blood into the smart TV
and give your soul as well.
And your soul for a couple of days, not the whole year, but for a couple of days.
Yep.
Because that's an impossible number, bro.
But Eddie said 3 out of the 4 are all on board. They're all on board.
I'm saying that I'm saying that the tournament can happen, but without Fury.
Well, he's fighting Ruiz, I think.
I agree.
Out Ruiz, isn't he?
I could see them doing it because Usyk ain't gonna give you a problem. He's not.
That's what Eddie said.
He's not gonna give you a problem.
He agreed to this deal the first time.
AJ, bro, this is AJ arena, bro. He be over there. He fight over there. He not gonna give you a problem. Yeah. Wilder, I'm gonna pray for Wilder because
he has no choice.
No, we don't know.
I don't know nothing about his situation. I don't know if Showtime. I don't even know if Showtime is still involved.
Nah, I think they might be taking a step back because Espinoza was like, he's just kind of doing his own thing. Yeah, maybe not a totally free agent, but like they probably have matching rights or some shit.
Semi-free.
And if the Saudis come up, they're not gonna match shit.
Al Heyman, like they'll let him go over there, but Al Heyman gets free feels when he comes to America. When he comes back, he feels what?
Ew.
But. So is Tyson Fury's going to be who is he announcing to fight? He said he's got a big announcement who he's going to fight.
I think it's going to be Ruiz because Bob Arum already said that he's trying to sign Ruiz. He said that.
Bro, they've been saying Ruiz's name since October.
Again, he wants to
That's what I was saying, like he's going to fight Ruiz next.
Well, the other thing is if you're Bob, you can use Ruiz for shit. Not just the Fury fight. You got Jared Anderson, you got Richard Torres. You could use AJ him for shit.
Again.
No. I mean, if you're Bob, in
the same stable, yeah.
You can use outside of just making a Fury fight, which you can make that. Even after that, you can still use him for different shit because he's a familiar face now. Like he beat AJ, right? And
but Andy's only motivated by big money, and if
I don't think he'll ever fight Anderson.
He won't fight no Jared Anderson for
Well,
a million.
let's say this. The thing is that Andy may get to a point where either you gonna fight or you gonna retire, because nobody else out here is gonna have the money for you that they have for you. They don't need you like that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sell like that in America. You was on pay-per-view 2 times. You don't sell like that.
Yeah, you're gonna have alimony soon, so you better
But
take.
yeah, you about to get divorced because he was cheating on his wife.
Yeah, you better go take that check.
You better fucking fight.
I thought he would have been in the tournament.
I saw him taking his chains at the pawn shop.
Maybe if Fury doesn't. Maybe what about Ruiz against Usyk if Fury doesn't be in the tournament?
I want the biggest, fattest fight that the
It needs to be
division.
4.
No. We need the biggest, fattest fight that has ever been fat. We need Jarrell Miller versus Ruiz. The cholesterol fight.
That'd actually be pretty good.
Bro, they had their own orbit. Like, people would just start floating around.
we need a new planet for them.
Winner gets a lifetime supply of Golden Corral tickets.
Viagra.
It'll be the cholesterol.
Viagra.
It'll be the cholesterol derby 3000.
If that fight happens, they should just make it an all heavyweight card. He's been talking about that, right?
Their promotion team needs to be Weight Watchers. That's who they need to be signed to.
I want the obesity match of our generation, the obesity match of our lives. That'll be the biggest, fattest fight in the history of heavyweight.
I'm not gonna lie, Marilla's fight with Lucas Brun, that was a fun little fat fight.
Instead of water bottles, they have like Kool-Aid.
But seriously, guys, like if Fury's not involved in that Saudi trio, who's going to replace him? Because Usyk's going to need to fight someone.
I'm telling you,
I'm saying Ruiz.
No, listen to me. This is why I believe it's going to be Zhang. Remember that if things go to plan, Usyk's taking care of Dubois. The next mandatory after that would be Zhang. Right? That would be Zhang. Yeah. Now, if AJ really is gonna fight Wilder, because I don't believe Fury, I'm like, yo, you will find a way to fuck it all up, bro. You will.
He already has.
It's what you do. So I would sooner believe that AJ fight Wilder in December than Fury.
He's fighting Wilder more likely. And then Usyk needs a partner. So, like you said, Zhang.
And then maybe they might switch it to where the main event is not the Usyk fight, because the way they have it, Usyk versus Fury would be the main event. But if Fury drops out and you're just fighting Zhang, okay, then
Wilder,
you wouldn't go for Usyk Wilder?
Wilder AJ would then be the main event.
Okay, then another way you could play it is Wilder Usyk, Joshua Zhang. That's another way you could play it.
Or see, I think
I don't think the Saudis want that. I don't think
in this instance, I think instead of Zhang, I think they'd probably get Ruiz or White.
Eddie Hearn said
they're not gonna fucking get White, bro. Nobody needs
they would, bro.
AJ fight that dude again, bro.
We don't want White. We don't.
I'm down for it.
Out.
I think it would be a great fight.
What the fuck are you down for that for, bro?
He won emphatically.
This would be a great fight, bro. They both come to fight. Like,
we've seen it already.
We've seen it, but we saw that years ago.
They've
both been knocked out since then.
Nah. You know why I want my man AJ to fight Zhang? Because he'll show you how to deal with that guy.
Bro, and also to your point, like about the international feel of this, event, Zhang apparently does get a big draw from China. So
he got 14 million people watching that.
And then if he fought the biggest the most popular heavyweight in the world, I'm pretty sure the entire fucking China would stop to watch him fight.
I'm trying to tell
Josh,
you that
even if it's a fucking co-main.
If you did Joshua versus Zhang, it'd be fucking aliens orbiting the planet watching that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Ratings would be ridiculous, bro.
But you remember they all slagged it off when it was posed that he could fight Zhang. Everyone was like, that's a rubbish fight. But when Joe Joyce was going to fight him, everyone's like, yeah, that's a great fight.
That's just the story of Anthony Joshua, man. Yeah. He can't do nothing right for something.
Yeah.
Let me read this. It says, Will says they're not jealous of Eddie. They're scared to death of him. Nobody goes at a man like this if it was simply jealousy. That's true. That is true.
Yeah, it's not about emotions like jealousy. It's about survival. It's an existential thing for them because Matchroom is eating them alive.
Yeah, this is like the comet that killed the asteroids. Mr. Calderon says, Jules, for fun, what is the undercard of that heavyweight tournament? All heavyweight fighters on the card. For me, I wouldn't. All right, if I'm doing the undercard, right, the starter fight is Dillian White versus Jarrell Big Gravy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Starter fight.
Yeah.
That's the starter fight.
No, against Joe Joyce.
Not because Joe got to chill, man. Joe got hit a lot. He need to chill.
He did.
But
He need to chill.
I mean, dude, just imagine the buildup between Miller and White, bro.
The trash talk would be ridiculous.
Yeah, but we're not giving. Nah, fuck Miller. He fucked up the whole Joshua fight, Madison Square Garden. We ain't giving him a payday. Fuck him.
Listen. He's already in bed with them. The Lucas Brown fight was a skills challenge promotion. That's the Prince's shit. He already over there. That Lucas Brown fight was a skills challenge promotion. That's him. That's the Prince's shit over there. That's his shit. I could go for him versus White. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. I just think you should put Joe Joyce in there because White wants to fight Joyce, he said. Or he said
the funny shit is he still might. The funny shit is that he's well, if you Dillian White, man, what the fuck I'm gonna fight Zhang for, bro? Give me Joe. He just got his ass beat.
Yeah, he just lost.
That's what he said. He wants to fight Joe Joyce.
I would do Joe Joyce, Adam Kalnacki on the undercard.
Oh God, no!
Oh my God!
Oh, bro!
Come on, bro! What you want him to die?
Slower and fatter.
Back-to-back knockouts.
Bro, I feel bad for Kalnacki. I want him to win.
Fucked him up. They fucked him up,
bro. You know he can't even sneeze loud around his wife because he's on a short leash.
What about Dillian White versus Takam?
It's a bit late for that fight. He said
wouldn't mind fighting Takam though, Dillian White, a couple of days ago.
I would rather take Martin Bacoli versus Joe Joyce. If we just gonna pull names, if we just gonna pull names out of a hat, I would take that.
Nah, I would do Jerry Forrest.
What about Martin Bacoli versus Takam then?
Yeah, he'll probably knock out Takam to be real.
Yeah, but it'd still be a good fight.
What? Jerry Forrest versus Chisora.
We're talking about in Saudi.
Yeah, that'll be the before the bell.
Yeah, the prelims.
Yeah, all heavyweight fights, yo.
Yeah, all heavyweights. Yeah, I think Takam should be in there. Maybe Chisora to get knocked out in 2 rounds.
Yo, Liam said Lady Chan sounds like Lil Vicky from Lil Britain. Insert English accent. Yeah, but no, but yeah, but shut up.
Yeah, but no, but yeah. I used to love that program.
Yo, that'll be amazing. But like I said,
someone said Dylan versus Andy Ruiz.
That'd be a good fight.
Andy would win that fight.
Andy would win it though.
Yeah, he would.
Off the uppercut.
Yeah,
off the uppercut.
But Andy, I can knock Dylan with an uppercut.
Good sneeze.
Yeah. What about Jared Anderson on the undercard?
Bob ain't gonna loan him out.
Nope.
You reckon?
No, I don't think he.
Money.
See, I think he would because he was supposed to fight on the Fury White undercard, but he got injured.
Fury White is all right. What promotion was that, bro?
Queensbury.
Ain't that his buddy?
Yeah.
Well, I'm under the assumption that all the promoters involved are gonna send somebody.
Yeah.
To be on the undercard. But.
Yeah. So Bob would make a lot of money if he put Jack.
But then that would mean Frank Sanchez would be on the undercard.
Come on, bro.
No.
That will put us to sleep.
Anderson versus White would bring American V. I could go for that.
Yeah, I could go for that.
Yeah, not bad.
Jared Anderson versus Dillian White. I could go for that.
Yeah. Who wins?
What about Jaloff Rice somewhere?
Bro, Jaloff. I think Jaloff went back to the amateurs, bro.
Oh yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Damn.
He wants to do the Olympics or something.
The shit is that look, you are Uzbekistan heavyweight with one eyebrow, bro. Where they gonna sell you at?
Yeah,
you got one eyebrow.
You got a unibrow.
Motherfucker look like a cyclops.
I know. He's Terminator though.
And I think he's good, but it's just that look, Americans are really xenophobic. They won't give a guy a chance.
What about Ergovic on the undercard then?
Hergovich versus Jang.
Rematch.
Part 2.
Rematch.
Ooh, Hergovic versus Joyce.
Ergovic.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That'd be good.
Oh shit.
What about Zhang versus Joyce rematch on the undercard?
You could do that. You could do that. But it ain't gonna go no different though.
No, I know, but it still be a good fight on the undercard.
Yeah, you could though. You could.
Yeah, rematch.
I don't like how they treating my man Joe, man. They being mean to my man Joe. He lost a fight. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, because he was running off his mouth for all fight week, talking about how he beat up Anthony Joshua. And
Everyone has a plan until he punched me in the face and nothing happens. Oh, shit.
And then Zhang happens.
Right.
And then some giant Chinese guys celebrating in the opposite corner.
Told y'all motherfuckers he's going to fry his rice. He fried it.
No, you know you did. No, you didn't.
Oh, yeah,
you a damn lie.
He had loaded the Kung Pao on him on his
It's like a wonton his soup, B.
Put him over fried rice.
He came in that light. I thought he was gonna stick and move. Why did you come in that light only to trade and be in the pocket?
Don't make no sense. And he ate his fortune cookie. Ate that shit.
Why did he do that? Yeah, it smells salad.
Motherfucker ate his fortune cookie. B.
It was an unfortunate cookie.
He rolled his egg.
It was an unfortunate cookie.
It was an unfortunate cookie.
Yo, because the shit was
a misfortune cookie.
That was I can't believe that.
I watched it again. I'm like, yo, he boxed great, man.
He really did.
He really did.
High guard, everything. Economic with his punches, accurate though as a mother. Even when Joe Joyce was in the back sparring with doing the pads with Salas, you know that they was doing orthodox. They still wasn't even doing fucking southpaw sparring.
He must have thought that he was just gonna run him over. Like it has to be that he just thought that when the bell ring, I'm just gonna get at him and that's gonna be it. Like he didn't. I guess he didn't respect him.
Yeah. And I think he generally has trouble with southpaws. Like I think if you look at his resume, he just never was really matched heavily with them, and I think that was their reason.
Julio, you absolutely right because he said it himself. It's been years since I fought a southpaw.
Hello,
he said that.
Yeah, and when he fought, I watched the fight with him and Usyk in the amateurs. Man, Usyk beat the shit out of him.
Usyk and he was faster than Joe. Joe was faster than.
Yeah, because he was lighter. He was still.
Usyk was tearing his ass up, man.
But you know what? You got to blame Joe for not fighting any southpaws when he knows he should have been.
But people started getting hype and started saying the AJ name. They forgot, oh, wait, even though he's older, he still needs to develop. Like, he still needs to.
What the shit is when the guys at the top, when the guys at the top, for the most part, because you know what I think they did with Joe? They see how old he is and they track how long it's going to take him to get to who they want him to fight. AJ's an orthodox fighter. Wilder's an orthodox fighter. Yeah, Fury's ambidextrous, but you know.
He's orthodox for the most part.
So they figured, let's not gamble putting him in here with no southpaws because they'll fuck it up. We see what he looked like with a southpaw not that long ago in the World Series of Boxing. Got his ass whooped. We're not going to put him in there with no southpaws now so he gets his ass whooped again.
So why did they? When they did and he got his ass whooped?
It's just shit, man.
They underestimated Zhang.
They did. We underestimated Zhang.
We all did.
No. I said I didn't pick Zhang. I didn't pick Zhang. My prediction was I thought Zhang was going to hurt him, and I thought he was going to drop him.
Yeah.
But what I thought was he'll get up, he'll Joe Joyce this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So
that's what I thought.
Because Zhang's engine's trash, and then Joe Joyce's engine gets better and better. Yeah, so
I said this on the live
late rounds
when the fight was first announced. Like Zhang presents questions that Joe hasn't answered yet. He's a southpaw. He has good defense. He's a counterpuncher. He's the same size as Joe.
Quick hands. All that.
I want to say that ESPN needs to hire Julio because the way he said that shit, you need to go in the motherfucking commentator.
You know what I'm saying?
Was on point. Yeah.
That shit was on point, B. I'm like, yo, get Mark Kriegel out of here, B. I'm tired of these father and son specials, bro. Everybody has a fucking father, you fucking asshole. You don't got to do a fucking expose.
Bro, if your dad ever had the misfortune of going to prison, Mark Kriegel would never shut the fuck up about it. His dad went to jail. Like, good lord.
A boxer has a dad who's went to jail. Call me an Uber.
Meals.
My way.
In it. Do you think is Zhang really a counter? Is he both pressure fighter and a counter puncher?
No, he's a boxer puncher. That's why he ate up Joe. He's a boxer puncher. That means
he walked him down though. He walked.
No. Joe brought it. Go back and watch it. Joe didn't make himself hard to find at all. Zhang didn't have to find him. Joe's still standing there trying to put punches.
Well, he backed him up.
Why he's getting tagged in the face repeatedly.
He put Joe on the back foot.
When he popped him. But if you watch it, a lot of the fight, a lot of it Is Joe trying to just get in that guard and he couldn't
no
get
head
nothing
movement,
in?
no defense, nothing, all that.
Yeah.
Now I'll say Fury has the style for Zhang, but it'll be tough.
It'd be tough though.
It'll be tough, but he has the style for Zhang. You got a back foot lateral move, Zhang.
Yeah, he has to just outpoint Zhang.
Box him from the outside.
Yeah, box him from the outside. Yeah.
If you stand in front of this guy, he's gonna let that left hand go, and now we know it's a lot of wontons in that left hand.
Yeah.
A lot of wontons.
Back by the hot and sour, man. He'll tear you up.
Got General Tao's chicken in that motherfucking left hand, bro.
Pow chicken.
And dynamite chicken in the other with a little sprinkle kung pao.
Oh yeah, you could have Daniel Dubois on the undercard, getting floored by another cruiserweight. Let's do that for a laugh.
Let's do Lawrence Okolie versus Daniel Dubois.
Why not? Why not?
Who would win?
I'm rocking with Dubois.
I'll go with Coley. I'll go with Coley.
Okolie will hug him to a boring point.
I'm rocking with
That's
Dubois.
what happened.
Bro, you got a soft spot for Dubois.
Bro, I do, man. I just feel like
why?
Oh, cut it out.
I still think that he has what it takes to win a world.
Well, we'll trade Dubois for your Jared Anderson.
But also, if it gives me any more, if it makes you look any more like less insane, I think that Okolie's style is not good for heavyweight.
No, it's not.
There's one thing that'll save Okolie, and we don't know yet. If he's faster, and I think he will be, if he's faster than most of those guys, he'll knock most of them out. Most of them. Not all, but most of them.
I don't know if he'll not. I think he'll be like a Usyk, not as good as Usyk, but I think he'll just outpoint. You'll see the knockouts in heavyweight be less for Okolie.
Only because of the speed, though. Only because of the speed. Because if you weigh 230, 240 or whatever, right? Yeah. And you got a little bit of speed, you'll knock a lot of motherfuckers out.
Right, but I just think that heavyweights generally it's more of a physical thing. Like they're going to be too big for him to just be able to clinch and swallow. And he's not going to be able to like just jab, like keep his distance as easy against some of these guys. I think someone like Jared Anderson.
You're imagining the 6'6" buddies like AJ and all those guys that are 6'6" and better. I'm wondering what the landscape is going to be by the time Lawrence go up there. It's going to be different.
Knocking people out at heavyweight.
Like, look, Arslanbek Makhmudov had mad trouble with Takam.
Yep.
Couldn't get him out.
Yeah, I wouldn't see Lawrence Okolie being able just to knock out Takam. Outpoint. He's going to be an outpointer in the heavyweight division.
And you know what the other thing is? Has he actually been chin-checked?
I don't think so.
No, they hit much harder at heavyweight. Like
he hasn't been chin-checked at cruiserweight.
No, not really. No, he hasn't.
Like we know.
He's got a chin.
Jay Opataya got he got the ultra chin check. They broke his jaw.
Broke his jaw. Yeah.
In 2 places.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't go down. He wouldn't go out.
I tell you who's got more chance of having more knockouts at heavyweight moving up. Richard Riakporhe.
Yeah. I'd prefer to watch Richard box, man, because at least he hit a motherfucker, like for real hit a motherfucker.
I'm saying, bro, he's exciting.
Bro, the way he folded that dude like a pair of slacks with that body shot. Like,
although I hate to say it, I think Okolie would beat him.
No, I do too. He'll bore in the shit out of all of us to a decision.
He's a better technical fighter.
He'll hug his way to a points decision.
Riakporhe is more of like a Deontay Wilder. He'll lose every
skills,
every round, but then he'll knock you out.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, you know what? He has Sugar Hill Stewart, right? And if he can get Lawrence to fight more like a Kronk fighter, he has the dimensions to where, he could be lethal if it actually works.
Like Fury
That's
was.
true.
Yeah.
But we don't know if he has the IQ to be able to just have such a sudden shift and change. But I don't know. What about that other guy, Josh Thompson? Have y'all heard of him or whatever his name is?
I see the Thompson guy. He looks limited. He looks raw.
I haven't heard of him.
I see the guy. He's raw.
He a heavyweight? Who is he? A heavyweight?
Yeah.
Cruiser. No, Cruiser.
We're from America.
He's the guy with the cornrows, right?
Yeah. He's from England.
Yeah. He's limited. He's limited. Like, it's not that he's bad. It's that it's raw right now. Like,
yeah.
I know. Jules. By the way, I wanted to ask you, what's that chick's name? Bori Mei Shin. Is that her name?
Oh, she's the animal.
Oh, like Lord, like I've been doing some. Dude, she is sick with it. Like,
damn. Look, she might.
I think she might knock out Duffy Pursuing if I'm being real with you.
Right. Because you talking about somebody that's gonna do all the same shit you gonna do, but they 10 years younger.
I mean, that clip you showed in your video, it's like, dude, literally her opponent ran from her. Like, dude, bro, like, I never saw that shit in my life. Like, literally, another fighter running.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you that. I'm not saying it for drama or nothing. I'm like, yo, for real. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know.
When is that fight? When is that fight?
I think that's next month.
And what about Chantel Cameron? Is she fighting?
When she was
is Cameron fighting Taylor?
Yeah, she gonna fight her, but look, man. I see how Chantel could win, like I do, but I also see how she could lose. I see how you could lose.
50-50?
She's younger and big. She's naturally the bigger girl.
She is, but she's also naturally slower.
That one chick was running like the other one was a grenade.
Katie slowed down as well.
Like she did. It's not that she didn't. It's that she's still faster than Chantel. She's still faster than her. The main thing for Chantel is, look, Katie don't got power like that.
Yeah.
If you can walk through the shots, knock
her out. You can knock her out.
Katie can't afford to stand in front of her and sell out like she did with Amanda. She'll get rocked.
With Serrano's, you can't fight her like that. No.
Yeah.
It's crazy because, like, yo, you didn't need this shit, man. You could have picked anybody for a homecoming fight. You're fucking crazy.
Respect her.
Wish you would have picked Alicia.
What a fighter does.
No, because then she would have got knocked out. Like,
yeah, that's true. You're right.
Like, you're gonna get knocked out. Like, she's gonna hit. Like, like, it's probably better that you didn't pick Alicia. You know, because
what do you think of Michaela Mayer's performance with the standing? The standing did
bad.
Well.
Not bad, not great. Not bad, not great.
She got hit a lot.
See, I thought it was pretty mediocre, honestly.
Lucy,
I don't know what all the praise is for.
Wilder came to fight. She came to fight, though. She did.
Yeah, but she's a short notice. Like, Mayer had a full camp, and you're still getting hit with the same punches. Dog.
And her nose got cut and everything. Yeah, she still got.
I'll say.
She has. Hold on, one more thing. She has the entire fucking USA boxing in her corner, and she still can't slip a fucking punch. Yeah. Slip an overhand right.
Look, you know what this shit is? She's a very good. You know what she is? She's. How could I put this? She's like I don't want to say nothing bad because I do think she's good. But she's just very good at the basic things. She's not not adding anything.
She's not amazing.
Yeah, she's not highly nuanced.
It's like she's kind of like adequate in everything.
If you look at Alicia and how she throws a jab, it is different. Like, she'll change the cadence on the jab or where the jab is going to go. With Michaela, it's very textbook, very conventional. Jab right here.
Yeah, Alicia has more sazon.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to admit, it's not a lot of girls out there that'll beat her. Michaela? It's not a lot of girls out there that
Amanda would beat her.
That's true. No, I don't know.
I think she's too big.
Amanda would beat her.
Michaela might be too. She's too big. She's too big.
Amanda's power carries up, and she's there to be hit with overhands.
Yeah, she's too.
And her body is wide open too.
Chan is right though. Like, Amanda's not big.
No.
Amanda's not big, but her power carries up. Her power is big, and that's what
I think she'd be too big for Amanda.
I'll tell you what, if she do fight Amanda, I'm going with Amanda.
Nah, if she fought Mayer,
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I actually think Amanda would knock her out, probably.
No, I'd go with Mayer. Yeah. Mayer's just too big. Serrano just about. She couldn't even make 130.
Mayer's big.
I'll tell you what happened. I just seen it in a vision of visionness.
Yeah,
Amanda would knock her out because she'll walk through her.
Do you think?
If worse comes to worse, what happens with Amanda? If worse comes to worse, she's gonna step into that jab. She's gonna get like I talked to her. She said the reason the Cruz fight looked like that. She's like, Cruz don't hit hard. I wanted to put on a show. Cruz doesn't hit hard. That's why I stayed in the pocket with her.
Wow.
So I'm saying, so three things. One, Mayer's big, but Amanda's power has carried up to at least light welterweight.
I think
and she gets fucking hit. Like, Mayer gets hit. Honestly, she probably gets hit more than Amanda. Honestly, consistently.
I'm telling you, I seen the Vision Quest. She'll stop it in the body.
Yes,
that's what she said about that. I mean, but Jules, that's what she said about Erica Cruz. She said that.
Yes, that's what she said.
I'll do another one.
She's like, yo, Erica, we had them. She told me we had to make sure, but Erica don't hit hard. That's why I sat in the pocket with her because she.
I'll do you another one. Look. Check this out.
Serrano versus Baumgartner.
No, we're not doing that.
Hold on. But see, that leads me to my point, though. Look. Look.
Yeah, we are doing it.
Rewatch the.
Yes,
Jay that shit.
Rewatch the
we be out of this, bro. No, don't
rewatch the second round. In the second round, Alicia counters Amir with like an overhand left over her jab, and she collapses into Baumgartner and was holding on for dear life. A lot of people didn't catch that in the fight, so I think Amanda would crack her shit really bad.
I think Amanda. You know what I think Amanda does? She'll stop her to the body because what doesn't get said is Amanda does have a chin. She does. Erica Cruz, Amanda told me that she don't hit hard, right? But I've seen Erica Cruz. She do hit hard. I guess she just couldn't hurt Amanda because she do hit hard. She does have power, but she couldn't hurt Amanda. I don't really think Michaela can hurt Amanda. I don't you don't crack like that.
Amanda's never been down, right? She's never been down. Never. Okay.
All right. I want to. Okay. Amanda Serrano against Baumgartner.
We're not doing that shit.
I'm staying out of it. That shit would be out of it too, Joe.
You know what that shit would? You know what that shit would be? That shit would be a feint fest because they'll both respect the power.
Don't be a simp, Julius.
And they'll both box.
I'm gonna simp. I'm gonna simp.
No, you can't.
We're not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not answering no questions.
The other guys answer. Serrano versus Baumgartner. Who wins?
We had
I think it'll be close.
Okay, all right.
Close because
all right. Hold on. All right.
Who wins? Don't be a simp.
You know I'm gonna pick Chan. So
go ahead. Who?
Alicia. All right, fine. I said it. There we go.
Against Amanda Serrano.
Yes.
I don't know. You know, I don't know.
I mean, but it would be a very close fight in my opinion. But I think Alicia would take it.
That shit would be almost like
you know what? It depends on whether Alicia how well can she handle Amanda's power shots.
I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you the dynamic of the fight. I'm not going to answer, but I'll tell you the dynamic of the fight. Here's Serrano's problem. Alicia is going to land that right hand. I don't know if she can take it because what Alicia has is single one-punch knockout power that if she lands, she'll hurt you. That's what Amanda has to worry about. What Alicia has to worry about is you don't have Amanda's engine. She can throw punches the whole fight.
I think it would be a mix of the Amanda versus Katie Taylor fight and the Baumgartner Mekhaled fight in the sense that they're both respect each other's power and range and they'll like feint each other for like the first 4 rounds. But then in those exchanges, like it's gonna go down to Amanda's gas tank and both of them's power. But I think that Baumgartner would nick a very close fight just because she can move laterally. If she wants. But she also fights in the pocket too, like against Mekhaled, and that could get her fucked up, honestly.
The main thing is, who do you think could get tired first?
Baumgartner.
She got tired in the last fight she had with what's her
well that's why I say it might look like that in certain moments because when she does get tired, she's gonna have to commit and like stand there and fight Amanda.
And Amanda can keep throwing. Like one thing about Amanda is she's gonna throw a lot of fucking punches. You better fucking believe it. She's gonna throw a lot of fucking.
Baumgartner can fight laterally. I mean, she outboxed Michaela Mayer, who's a fucking Olympian. So that's what I'm saying. It'll be like a mix between Baumgartner, Mekhaled, and Serrano Taylor.
You feel like I'm going to say this because it's like I kind of feel bad a little. Do you feel like people are too hard on Michaela?
Me?
Yeah, I do.
I don't. I think there's an appropriate amount of skepticism for her because, yes, she is a great fighter. But it's just like you're making the same mistakes since you became a pro. And then you're getting favorable matchups if you really think about it.
She ain't getting favorable
matchups. Her last opponent was a favorable matchup. They had like a day's notice.
I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you something.
Even Leonardo coming off of pregnancy.
Let me say this. I'll just tell y'all the truth. If Wildheart could hit you with right hands, the right hands that Christina would have hit you with, if she don't knock you down, she is gonna give you a fucking hematoma.
Bro, on a day's notice. Like she talks about how Jessica McCaskill.
Okay, wait a minute.
One sec. She calls Jessica McCaskill.
Hold on. If that's a favorable matchup for her, then wouldn't it be a favorable matchup if the situation was same for Alicia or another fighter?
Of course, but Alicia didn't have Top Rank behind her, so she had to fight Leonardo 6 fights in her pro career.
That kind of dispels the fact that it's a favorable matchup because it was.
It is though.
No. The circumstances.
Mayer decided to make
a favorable matchup was a cherry pick, dude, or one that they picked.
But that's what it was. Even Leonardo 2 was a cherry pick. If you pay attention, this lady's coming off a pregnancy.
No, it wasn't, because we're just talking about
pregnancy layoff.
Leonardo 2 might
if you wanted to prove a point, just go to 140, fight one of them.
No, because we're talking about how Leonardo 2 might possibly might beat her, though. How is that a fair?
No, Leonardo 2.
Wait, bro.
That is not a favorable.
Let me delegate. Let me delegate. Here's the thing: you seen the Wildheart fight already, right? And you seen what punches did get through for Wildheart. I'm just telling you that them same punches could have got through for Christina, and it would have been a lot more on them. Like she might have hurt it.
But yeah, I think if you had told me that before she stopped fighting because of a pregnancy, then I would believe you. But no, I understand why she took that fight at this point in time. It's because of the Baumgartner thing. That's half of it. But also, it's a layup. She beat her in a decision, and then she can say, "Oh, look, I beat the girl that beat the girl." But come on, bro. She's coming off a pregnancy layoff.
Hold on. That's a mutual opponent, so she can get the rematch, though. That's not more. That's less of a.
But country, it really was for bragging rights. I mean, that's
what I'm saying.
You really think she wasn't the best version? Let's just say she fought Leonardo 2 and beat her. You think she's not going to rub it in Alicia's face? That's exactly what I thought she was going to do.
Okay, she might.
She's running a play, bro.
She might, though. But what's the point of her doing that to get the rematch with Alicia?
But also because it's a winnable fight for her. That's also why.
Yeah. I was picking her to win.
But let's say this too. You got to give.
That wasn't a
wait. You got to give Michaela this credit though. There are a lot of winnable fights for her because she is a good fighter.
1,000%. 1,000%.
And that's not.
I just feel like. But I just want to see her.
Now with Carolyn, when Carolyn get on her shit, it's only going to be one woman that can stop her, and I don't even know if she will.
That's another thing. She's like, Dubois. She said Carolyn Dubois needed 5 more fights.
Not a guaranteed win, though, man. That fight's not a guaranteed win.
Bro, she said Caroline Dubois needed 5 more fights before she could call her out. Bro, you're in no position to be turning down those type of fights. If they want to pay you big money to fight Caroline Dubois, just do it now.
Who said that?
Michaela Mayer said Caroline Dubois needs 5 more fights.
I don't know about that.
Wait a minute. Wait, one at a time. Let me tell you now. Let me tell you right now. She's fucking up. The time to fight Carolyn, as high risk, low reward as she is right now, the time to fight her is now, not later. Later, she does weird shit. Fellas, it's like 5 people talking.
I agree.
She's green now, so you fight her now. Later, she's only going to be more dangerous.
She's only getting better.
Big time.
And she's got power.
She man. Listen, man. Carolyn is the real motherfucking deal.
She said no. She's the real Dubois. It's just Ferreira as a prospect. Come on, bro. Just fight somebody good is all I'm saying, and get some head movement, and I'll love Michaela Mayer.
Now the super fight for me, and I don't even know if we're gonna get it, is Dubois versus Ferreira. That's
that's gonna be a.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be a retarded fight, bro. It's gonna be a retarded fight. I don't know. I favor Carolyn. You know why? She's bigger and she's younger. I favor her. She is bigger and younger. Ferreira's at 130. Carolyn is at 135. She is younger than Ferreira.
She's a bit of a. Even though she's shorter, she's a little on the thick side. I wonder if she'll ever fight Sandy Ryan.
Yeah, that would be a good fight.
They're not gonna make that fight. The fight that, well, at least not next. I know that Sandy's probably gonna beat. In all likelihood, Sandy's gonna win on Saturday. She is gonna win.
Who's she fighting?
She's fighting this Canadian. She's actually fighting the girl that inadvertently killed that Mexican girl.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
yeah. That's Marie Pierre Huel. That's who did that.
Oh wow.
Shit.
Now the shit is, look, Marie can punch. But that's if you dumb enough to stand there and punch with her. That's Sandy's not dumb. She's not gonna do that. She's gonna walk this lady in the shots because even though she could punch, you type slow and hittable. So Sandy's gonna win.
Yeah.
After that, she's gonna fight McCaskill.
Jessica.
And then she'll it's gonna be for undisputed because I have Jessica beaten whatchamacallit. Whatchamacallit is not good.
Habazin, yeah.
She's not good.
Who's she fighting?
She's fighting Habazin. That's her mandatory.
Speaking of Michaela Mayer, I was going to say this, not to pivot back, but just as an aside, like if you want to prove a point, yeah, fight someone like Jessica McCaskill. You've been calling her McNoskill for years.
Oh
Let's
wow.
see what it's like. If you get hit with those type of overhands on a 1 day's notice opponent, okay, let's see you really handle some.
Now, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Let me tell you
I
what.
think Julio got it in for Michaela Mare, though.
I'm going to tell you the truth. People would look at that fight and think, "Oh, Michaela gonna win that." Nah, son. No, you not. You want to box? She gonna fight.
Yes.
All that shit you trying to do, all that cute shit, you're not gonna be able to do none of that shit. You don't have the power to stop her,
bro. And then Mayor's feet are flat.
Let me say something. Man. One thing about Jessica, like she may not have the most finesse. She may not have the most grace. She might not have the best technique. But one thing I know about her, you go in that ring with her, you gonna know you've been in a fight.
Yeah, she just comes
like,
forward.
If your whole shit is you trying to throw like textbook jabs and set up punches, and that's how Michaela fights. You a textbook boxer. All that shit is gonna fly right out.
Also, she's flat-footed. Like Katie Taylor was able to move, and Cameron was
gonna take that shit and keep coming forward till she steamrolls your ass.
Michaela's gonna, I think she'd really be tested in that fight because of her deficiency.
Windmilling. McCaskill just comes in windmilling. I hate her style. I hate it. It's ugly.
Put it this way.
Yeah, it is an ugly style.
Who's the chick she said?
I'm not even going to front like it's not an ugly style, but here's an example. When Jessica fought a younger and better version of Erica Farias, right? If you watch that fight, it was just her pushing her and punching her and pushing her and punching her, right? Okay. That same Farias at like fucking 40 years old, she go in there with Sandy. She deconstructed Sandy. Jessica got a style that, listen, bitch.
Yes, it's hard to deal with.
Box. We not boxing today.
I agree with today. I agree with what Lady Chan and Country said, but also, bro, look at her resume. That's one of the craziest things. Like, you don't realize just how many good names she has on there for someone with that type of style, with no amateur experience. Like, she's beating people she's not supposed to beat, and she's done it multiple
Most people don't realize she wasn't supposed to beat. Like, motherfuckers don't understand. That was not unofficially. Farias was undisputed, and Jessica went in there 2 times, ragdolled her.
The first lady of boxing. The first lady of boxing. She beat her twice.
By the way, Jules, did you pick her to beat Cecilia Breakers?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a couple years ago, people were saying Cecilia's one of the GOATs.
She is.
And I still think she is, but styles make fights. Yeah. If you want to what's Cecilia? A fucking boxer. If you you can't box Jessica. You got to adapt. See, that's why you got to give it to Katie. In-fight adjustments. That's literally what Katie does. Not we gonna go back to the drawing board after in-fight adjustments. Yeah. In the McCaskill fight, she made the adjustment. Yeah. In the Serrano fight, she made the adjustment. Like, okay, well, I don't want to get hit like that again. Yeah. Let me do this other shit.
Yeah.
Jessica, I know it don't be looking pretty, but she'll fuck you up. She'll fuck you up. That girl, listen, the Mexican girl, Ibarra. Yo, I thought
you did, Joe.
I was scared for Jessica going. I picked Jessica to win, but I was still scared for her. Like, yo, this girl tall. She hit hard. She got a decent Emmy background.
Retired her from the fucking sport.
Bro, the girl retired after that fight. Yeah. She was in the corner. I want to see my kid.
My kid. Yeah, do you remember? I was like, oh my fucking
God. Jessica put the fear of God in her, yo. Yeah. Like,
that was so disappointing. How she quit.
Yeah, it was.
But you gotta, but that's why you gotta respect her gangster. To like, look, man, I don't know what y'all talking about.
I'm saying, she's someone who, if you can't make adjustments, you're gonna lose. And that's always been a criticism.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something right now. If she comes up against the wrong person, she's gonna get fucked up one of these days.
Yeah, that's true.
I say a big punch, probably against a big puncher. Maybe a boxing puncher, a big puncher.
That's no slight on Jessica McCaskill.
I mean, well, Chantel beat her. Chantel beat her.
If she fights the wrong person, she's gonna get fucked up.
Like, if she goes up to 154, I think she'll get fucked up badly.
Yeah.
It depends on who you're talking about. Like, here's an example. An example. Listen, motherfuckers. I love Natasha Jonas, but I wouldn't pick her to beat Jessica.
Okay, yeah, that's stylistically, yeah, but that Canadian chick,
see, this is
Mary Spencer would fuck her up.
She would look. I get you, but if you don't move your fucking head off that line, which she didn't in the Hermans fight, you're gonna get hit with some big old right hands.
That's
What
true.
about Terry Harper?
Well, see, but Terry Harper, I think her speed alone is just gonna give her too many problems, and she's not gonna stand there like Michaela Mayer is. No offense to her.
Yeah. Terry
Who
Harper's
you
good.
think wins Harper versus Mayer?
Oh shit.
I don't know.
Oh man, that's a pick'em fight. That's a pick'em fight in my mind.
I fuck with Terry. I don't give a shit.
I think Mayer's jab. I think her jab will give her issues. Like I think she could win off the jab, but it's just that she doesn't move her fucking head after.
Moving up at 154 has been the best thing for Harper.
It is like she looks strong. She looks quick.
She beat so and so decisively. Like
the shit. You know what I like about Terry? It's like a Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Michaela got that amateur background and all that shit to draw from. Terry don't got none of that, but she's still out here fighting with the best.
Yeah.
With the best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad motherfucker.
I'd pick Terry Harper to beat Michaela Mayer.
Right now, for me, right now, I don't know right now. I don't think that Michaela has the power to do what Alicia did. Moreover, this is a much better weight for Terry than being down there. She's a much better weight.
Yeah.
And she got power like Terry got power
and
hand speed.
She was busting up whatchamacallit from Scotland. She was busting her shit. I was like, oh shit.
He schooled her ass.
Yeah.
So
she should stay at 154.
With Mayer, man, I don't know.
What is it? But I feel like you're not giving Michaela enough props, man. That's how I feel.
No. As far as skills go, I think she's pretty good. I just bro, from the moment that she became pro, she was supposed to be like for women what Oscar De La Hoya was for Latino Americans and what Sugar Ray Leonard was to Americans after the Olympics, where they're gonna get this big star push, and she got it, and she's getting hit with the same fucking punches over and over again. She's not really evolving as a fighter.
Yeah, but she
doesn't know how to make adjustments. Like, okay, where's this shit coming from? Where's all the hype coming from?
Now she was a champ, though. You got to give her credit. She was a champ.
Yeah, like
what is she pound for pound? Like, is she in your top 10 pound for pound?
No, she doesn't have a belt.
Good, yes, good. I agree then.
But you got to give her credit for Hamadouche.
Yeah, great fight. Yeah. I wish she would run it back, but she don't want to.
I'm just saying that if she wasn't shit, it would have showed up that night. If she wasn't shit,
see, that's what I'm saying.
She's legit. She's tougher than I thought she was. Like based on that fight,
she has a great jab.
She's tough stuff.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best jabs. Probably the best jab actually in women's boxing.
I think you know what I think is missing from her. It's coming along, but I think she needs more inside game. That's what I think she needs.
Yeah.
I think she needs more inside defense.
That fight with Alicia was very close with her. I mean, Alicia won, but it was a close fight. So I mean,
I agree. It was competitive. Yes,
you got to give her props because she hung in there with Alicia.
See, but Michaela in like interviews, she'll put herself in the same way as like, oh yeah, me, Katie Taylor, and Clarissa Shields, we brought women's boxing to the forefront, and it's just like.
Yeah,
the performances doesn't match the bluster. Like to me, she's what like how you guys consider Teofimo Lopez. I look at her that way.
I'll say this: this is and if there's somebody that's underappreciated, it ain't even Clarissa. It's actually Cecilia. You want to talk about making fucking like man? Listen, I'm sad for her that by the time she came over here, she was old because people didn't get to see what she did. Like yo, she fucked some broads up. Up, fucked them up. You know what I mean?
Did she fight Pursoon?
No, she never fought Pursoon because Pursoon at that time, Cecilia's weights was 140 and 147. Pursoon was down there at lightweight at that time. She's down there at 35. So they never crossed paths. But it's like, yo, Michaela, you don't even belong anywhere in that conversation. That lady belongs in that conversation. That lady.
I just wish the performances would match the talk and the promotion and the hype. That's all I'm saying. Good fighter though, for sure.
She's a good fighter, but I know what you're saying. That like yo, what is your and I think we have that in the Hamadouche fight. That what's your signature performance? What's a performance that you would show someone in an effort to make them high on you?
Yeah,
that one definitely.
She done a good run of about 7.
Yeah,
the Jennifer Hahn fight, yo, she fucked her up.
She fucked her up. She did fuck her up.
Yep, she did.
A run of successful title defenses.
She's a really good fighter, but you know what I think it is? I think she's missing pizzazz. Like when I watch Carolyn, man, I see what she I put it in the intro. It was so fucking flash.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I think I get what Julio's saying because like we are picking Michaela to win fights, but I think in 2 we picked her to stop opponents that she didn't stop, like Farias and maybe Jennifer Hahn. She went the distance with those girls. So
Hey, by the way, quick question: what's up with Hugh Mi Choi, man?
I was gonna ask.
Like, listen, man, I'm trying to tell y'all that lady, look, what's going on? The reset button is gonna get hit, right? And she's not like even if Alicia leaves right now, bitch, you not safe. Bomi Ray Shin is gonna come for you. You think she not? Y'all both in South Korea. Whatever happens with Persoon, bitch, you still on radar. And it's mad other girls that are there. Like I tell you right now, the LM Khaled that fought Alicia, she would whoop Hugh Mi Choi's whole ass.
Yeah.
She don't want it. She don't want it with nobody.
I haven't I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna do a segment where I show like, yo, it's not just Alicia at 130. Like I know that's the focus of the conversation because she's undisputed, rightfully so. But there's other girls coming through. They're like, yo, Hugh Mi Choi, you might as well retire.
Yeah. Is she champion recess?
Yeah. What she waiting for is for Alicia to leave so she could come back and get the belt. The problem is if you go into WBA on ranks, the girls that's there, they'll beat you. You know that, right? You better work it out.
Yeah.
Bro, Persoon might fuck her up.
Yeah. Might.
Come on, but because she has like that contract in the Middle East.
Persoon got that dog in her, man. She's pretty vicious.
Oh, for sure, bro. She's like a pit bull Rottweiler mix.
The girl she's about to. Did you see the girl she's about to fight?
Nah, put me on.
Look, go to the search bar. I did a whole thing on it. You'll see. Jay saw it.
Yep. I sure did.
There's a chance, and it's like it's not a puncher's chance. She's fighting a younger version of herself. She's just South Korean. This girl is a goddamn animal.
Oh, Bomi?
Bomi.
Yeah. Okay.
Bomi is a motherfucking animal, bro. Bitch literally turned around and ran.
I never saw that shit before. Bro, I never saw that shit before in my life. Ever. Like somebody run like that for
got hit on the side of the head and turned around.
And what's funny is like Jules, why she ran, she still got caught by a punch.
She still got hit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, man, and like, yo, it's live down there, and it's like I don't know what you think gonna happen, but you still fooled. You know that, right?
You won't need time.
What about Ebony Bridges?
Look, this is the thing. Ebony, we know what's next for we know what the year holds for Ebony, and I'm not big on Shannon. Well, no, that is
she can fight, bro.
No. Well, let me finish. I'm saying that I'm not. Like, a lot of people don't like her is what I'm trying to say. They don't like her for other shit. And I'm just telling you that she's a good fucking fighter.
Bro, I think she's going to beat her again.
And I think she's going to beat Nina Hughes. That's what I think. She's going to, because you little and you need to be in the pocket. What's Shannon's shit? Moving, setting up the right hand. Moving. Yeah. I think she probably, if she don't knock Nina out, she going to win. That's how I have that. Yeah. And Ebony, I have not seen you change. Something needs to change because you're a pressure fighter. You're going to try to do the same thing you did in the first fight, and it didn't work the first time. Yep. Something about the strategy is going to have to change because if it don't, she's going to beat you.
Honestly, I think Jamie Mitchell would beat Ebony Bridges.
Mark Tibbs.
No, she wouldn't. She get
knocked out. I disagree.
Did you see the Nina Hughes fight?
I did. Well, no, I didn't. But I know she lost it.
I'll tell you. Let me just give you a brief recap of what happened. Nina is not the puncher that Ebony is. I know that people don't really. You got to pay attention. Ebony hit hard. If Jamie sat in the pocket with Ebony the way she did with Nina, Nina was smacking her up in the pocket, and Nina is littler and older than Ebony. She don't hit hard like that. Yeah. If Jamie did that with Ebony, I'm telling you, shit, Ebony would probably knock her out.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jamie has her fair share of power. I think counter punching the footwork would
not like Ebony.
I think she'd outbox Ebony. In other words, not as badly as Shannon Courtney.
You're giving her too much credit. What she did to Shannon, because look, I'm not making excuses. I'm telling you the truth. She was injured. Shannon's shit is movement.
No, I know.
She couldn't move.
She had the knee brace on.
Now, Jamie, I wouldn't like. I'll be real with you. Like, look, you just caught Shannon at the right time. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
You just caught her at the right time. I wouldn't like. And the sad part is, the best of the best is the ones that don't get talked about. Homegirl from Mexico is the real motherfucking deal.
Who that?
Homegirl, Yuli Hang Luna.
Oh yeah.
Homegirl from Denmark. I like them fighters, man, but I'm just gonna tell you, they don't beat her. None of them. Not Shannon, not Ebony, not Nina. I don't even know if homegirl from Mexico could beat her. That broad is a for real motherfucker. That's a for real motherfucker. And don't nobody talk about her. I know why y'all don't talk about Dina. I know. I know why y'all looking at all this other shit. It's all this other shit going on.
She's the boogie woman.
Why Nina? Nina, you got a belt. Why you don't want Yuli Hung? Why you don't want Dina? Nah, you want Shannon. I know.
They know what time it is. They know what time it is.
What time it is?
What time it is?
Mess you up. She got a leaping left hook to the body. Never misses. Folds up bitches like laundry.
Johan?
Nah, Dina.
Oh,
she's bouncy. She's real. Her style is she's real bouncy. In and out, boop, 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 in and out, boop, 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 in and out. She got a leaping left hook to the body. It don't miss. She'll fold you up.
So when's Bridges coming back?
I think Bridges probably going to come back towards the end of the summer in a tune-up fight. The next fight we know for sure, June 10th, is Nina Hughes versus Shannon Courtenay. That's going down.
Nice.
Because Ebony had the hand surgery, I figure she'll come back in a tune-up fight, then fight the winner of that fight towards the end of the year.
By the way, Jules, is Marlon Esparza versus Alanis still in play?
It's still in play. They're gonna move it to Ortiz versus Stanionis in July.
Okay.
Being real with you, I don't. Everything about that girl's style is wrong for Marlon. Everything.
No, I'm picking Alanis to win that fight. I mean, I'm gonna say it. I got Alanis winning.
Yeah, because it's like Marlon don't get enough love. Maybe it's because you be robbing people. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is really like
it is like you didn't like I know you unified, but you didn't really beat
those good. Like, did you really win those fights? Really? Like,
you know what I mean?
Is she from Argentina?
Alanis is from Argentina, and Marlon Esparza is from Texas.
What's that? The Alanis is that? It's all wrong for her.
Yeah.
It's all wrong.
It's all wrong. And as long as the shit is, it ain't. Alanis ain't got to do nothing special to win that fight. Punches and bunches. That's it. She's gonna get tired and she's gonna get hit. She get dropped in fights that she win and she get dropped. If Alanis hit her how she be hitting them broads, she gonna get the whole shit, yo.
Marlene can't punch, so she's
how you gonna keep off? How you gonna keep off? You can't punch.
She the one that got gifted a win
twice.
Yeah,
two times.
Two times.
Well, those were title fights too, right?
Yeah, that was Fujioka. That was
what was the one before that?
Laura and Fujioka. And like I said, look, man, I'm not unfair. You didn't win them fights, man. Like, you didn't win them fights, man.
The Japanese granny that was 50.
Yeah, that's her.
But I'm going to tell you what,
Japanese granny,
bad motherfucker.
Y'all are hilarious. Bro.
She was old. She was old.
She was fucking.
She was committing elder abuse en route to her.
But this is shit that Fujioka was whooping her ass.
Yeah, she's 50, and she won and got robbed. She got
fucking robbed.
Yeah, she got robbed.
Ain't that some shit?
Wow.
For those that don't know, that grandma, right? Granny Japan is literally the first 4-division champion. That's the first 4-division champion of any kind that Japan ever produced.
Wow.
First. It's bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you fucking robbed her, yo. You fucking robbed her.
Well, Gabriella, she won't let it go to the scorecards. So I don't think it's gonna go to the scorecards.
I don't want to be presumptuous, but it's like, yo, dog, just based off the styles, you in trouble.
Yep.
You should have went after the other one. You in trouble.
And before you close, also who's Clarissa Shields fighting?
Man, she fighting Hannah Gabriel
in a rematch.
In
a rematch.
That's so lame.
I know.
Shout out to her, man.
I'm gonna give y'all a theory because
Yeah.
Something's wrong. I believe Savannah hurt her.
Do you?
Something is wrong. Think about it. You didn't want to go back to the UK for Savannah. Fair enough. I respect it. You're a champion.
Yeah.
But you were gonna go to the UK for Natasha.
Yeah.
What the money for Savannah would have been even better if you go back because, like, look, I won the first fight. Y'all got to give me more money. You didn't want to go, but when it became about fighting a smaller fighter who we all know would have lost, you was willing to go. Now you come back to America. You're not fighting Raquel Miller. I know you wasn't thinking about fighting Green.
Nah.
Crazy?
Oh no.
Crazy?
Gee.
Why you fighting
Mike Tyson?
Or whatever. What's her
Yo,
name?
you fighting Hannah again? My gut tells me Savannah took something out of you.
Well, not just your gut, but bro, she took a lot of punishment. Like
I need to watch that fight again.
Obviously, her defense was great. That's
what do you think about?
But she probably got hit more than she ever did. And
what do you think about Savannah Marshall and
you gotta let the dude talk. Like, I didn't hear nothing Julio said. Go ahead, Julio.
I'm saying that, like, yes, her defense was on point in the fight. And that's just who Clarissa is, right? That's just, that's her. But she still took the most punishment she's ever took in any of her professional fights from Savannah, who's a big fucking puncher. And she said it herself that she did get hurt in the fight. Like, she felt her power. So, yeah, I probably do. It's not even speculation. I think, she took a lot of punishment and she needs to ease her way back in.
Jeez.
She said something happened to her ear. I remember her saying that.
Yeah. Like an eardrum or something.
So Savannah didn't drop her, but she still gave her power a 7 out of 10 in terms of ranking.
Okay, question. What's your guys' opinion on Savannah Marshall fighting Franchon Cruz?
That's a great fucking fight.
Good fight.
Savannah's gonna knock her out.
I agree.
I agree.
They're supposed to fight, right?
No, they are gonna fight. They are gonna fight.
You think Savannah's gonna knock her out?
I do.
Yeah, because this is the thing. It's not going to be easy. Franchon style would give Savannah more problems than Green style. In turn, it's a funny breakdown, but basically this is going to be hard for Savannah because you're going to have to move and create space. Franchon doesn't want to give you any of that.
She's a brawler as well.
Yeah, like the way it breaks down, Franchon is an easy fight for Green, but a hard fight for Savannah. Whereas Green is an easy fight for Savannah, but Franchon is a hard fight for Savannah. It's just like Hopkins, Pavlik, Taylor.
Rock, paper, scissors.
That Franchon is not going to give you room, so you have to create it, and she's not going to stop coming after you. Her money punch is specifically overhand right against a tall fighter. It's a homing missile. You know what I mean? It's a lot of problems. Whereas Savannah versus Green, that would be easier because you're tall enough and long enough to pick her off and not get countered. If you do it, like, you can't do what Eileen did. Eileen was being crazy. Like, you stepping into your jab, you smothering, you right there to be countered. You cannot pressure Green. Now, Franchon, you'll get cold slapped by Green. Her style is all wrong for you.
She's there, man.
No, she destroyed Eileen Cedar-Rose, man. Just destroyed her.
Destroyed her overhand right.
Franchon is one of the best. She's one of the best, but punch for punch, you're not a bigger puncher than Savannah.
So you think you'll get knocked out by Savannah?
Absolutely. That's my pick. Savannah by knockout.
I think it will probably go to a decision.
Franchon gets hit. She gets hit.
She does. Yeah, she does.
Hit. And it ain't going to take but 1 or 2 to get in and hurt her.
True.
Yeah, she's too tough for her own good.
Yeah.
She's a brave fighter. She's a brave fighter.
But
if it's Franchon and anybody else, Franchon and Hammer or Franchon and Gabriel's, I'll pick Franchon. But for this fight, Savannah gonna knock you out.
But also, people forget that Savannah's really a boxer, though. Like, she can really jab,
boxer puncher. In addition,
she can be slick. She can switch. Like, she has multiple ways to win.
Yeah. But that fight, she's gonna knock her out, and then do
the Clarissa Shields rematch.
No, it'll be Green after that. It'll be Green because Green is the mandatory, and they gotta stand down after that.
I can't wait for that.
And I'm telling you, like it's weird. Franchon will be more difficult for Savannah than Green. She'll be more difficult for Savannah than Green because with Green, you got to box. You got to pick her off, peck at her. You don't just stand there throwing all type of shit. You're going to get countered and you're going to get knocked the fuck out. That's what's going to happen, all right? Yeah. Savannah has the height, the length, and the switch hitting, the box. Box, pick off, jab. walk her into something, or make her frustrated, which we always talk about. Make her frustrated, or make the opponent frustrated. Make them make mistakes, but box. Don't pressure her, because if you pressure her, she's gonna counter the shit out of you.
So when are they going to rematch then with Shields?
I don't think we're getting that.
Is it not on contract?
I don't know. Why you think Shields is fighting on the zone?
This is going to be another Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins thing.
They'll fight, but they'll
Later
fight again. But it's not next, and I don't think it's after next.
Wow.
It's going to be in another 5 years. Watch. So
not 5.
Yeah.
They don't have as many options to keep busy with over 5. But I anticipate it'll be next year. It's not happening this year. It's not happening.
Who's Jonas fighting next?
God only knows.
Really?
I mean, like, look, you don't want to fight Terry. You ain't fighting Clarissa, which I didn't want her to fight Clarissa, boy. You ain't fighting her.
She would have got blown out by Clarissa.
Yeah, like I don't like. Look, man, I don't know who she gonna fight.
And she got mandatories.
Yeah, Did they let him get ordered?
I don't know. I don't know who her mandos are, but I would assume
the only person I could think of that she could fight that she hasn't fought at 54 is Rankin.
Hannah Rankin.
Because initially they were supposed to fight, but then Terry, they made her an offer. She went over there, fought Terry.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe she'll fight Rankin, but I think she's gonna retire this year. This is gonna be the year she retire.
Natasha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's not much left to
prove.
If you're not gonna fight Terry, there's really nothing else for you to do.
You ain't gonna fight Terry, then it ain't about nothing. If you ain't gonna fight Terry.
What if she goes to 147?
Nah.
Knocked out.
By McCaskill, probably.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Or Sandy.
I don't think she'll do that.
Like, you gotta remember, Obanov knocked her out, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she did. That's right. I remember. Yeah.
She's a killer for real.
Like, literally.
That's what I'm saying.
Natasha will probably retire.
Go look her up. If anyone didn't know that joke, please go look her up.
I will.
Well, she literally killed her husband, man. That's such a shame, man. She is.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. Wow.
She killed me, man. Shit.
Nah, you don't mean that.
Yes, I do. Get the fuck out of here before I get in some shit.
Oh, shit. All right, night, y'all.
Man.
Night, y'all.
Have a good night.